Through the prayers of Holy Fathers of Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us and save us. Amen. Good evening. For those new here, my name is Father Joseph Swaden. I've worked in Orthodox apologetics since 1998, and I'm the founder of NFTU, True Orthodox and Ecumenical News, since 2004. We've been in the apologetic space on Facebook since 2016 and on YouTube since 2018, and if you appreciate what we do here, please like and subscribe. Today we do our live Q&A session where you can get your questions answered live as well as member-requested video reviews. So let's get started, and as always, if you want to jump on stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link in the top of the YouTube chat or in the StreamYard link in the X chat or in the link on the Odyssey chat. I'll be taking super chats from the YouTube chat, so if you want your questions or comment without super chatting, I'll answer it, but you might miss it if I don't put it up. Okay, so let's get started today. This is the 13th old style of October, 26th new style. So let's get right to the comments and let's get started. And of course, if you want to jump on the stream to ask a question or make a comment, just click the link in the top of the chat. Excuse me. All right. So let's see here. First comment is Sava. Good evening, everyone. I'm currently working on finishing another volume of Ukrainian Saints. I'm also doing preliminary to an article I'll be writing. That's awesome. So he says, planning on visiting our new priest in Roac, Father John in Missouri, sometime as soon as well. Yeah, I actually spoke to Father John Copeland today of Roac. He's a very pleasant person. A very nice guy, interesting story. So I imagine he's going to be a good asset to their synod, and we will, I guess we'll see. I know it's fairly recent that he joined. He is in central Missouri, is what I understood. Son of Criticism says, where in Missouri? Taylor Hart says, Father bless. God bless you, in the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Or the Pirate says, Father bless. So John, and okay, God bless you, in the name of the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Oh, yay. Let's see here. And Sava says he's in central Missouri near Cape Girardeau, I believe. Yes, I don't know too much about Missouri geography, but he did say central Missouri. So that's this is good. Let's see here. What we have to talk about today. Well, we're getting awful close, and just when I had less, it appears 2 weeks to the debate on the papacy, I have another debate, and that's this coming Saturday on the veiling of women with the anti-Nicene Christianity guy, who calls himself Luke, I guess, and we'll see. So that should be interesting. That'll probably be on the other Paul's channel, or I don't know if I don't think he's going to moderate on mine, or we may share the split the stream. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It should be interesting to say the least. Let's see here. What else have we got here? Not too much. I mean, outside of setting time for debate, on Saturday and Friday, it was kind of a little on the crazy side, getting all that stuff set up. I'm still just moving along. It's been, I cannot describe how hectic this week has been. I've been talking to, like, all the calls I've been making and the talking about it's all on the it's drive while driving. It's just been nonstop. So it's been something. It's been quite something, and I know there's a lot of priests that are busy this week too. It's just, well, see. Hold on. Little Fish Big Mountain asked, "Did you already have the debate with Luke?" No, it's on Saturday. And welcome. Hold on. Welcome, Jacob. How's it going?
I'm doing good, Father. I'm just chilling out. I guess I'm gonna listen today. I don't really want to. I was just talking to Luke, and they're terrified of me misrepresenting them being on the stream tonight. So I'll try to keep my mouth mostly shut unless someone asks me something.
Okay. I mean, they can just come on themselves. I mean,
that's what I said, and I told them it's open. So we'll see. Maybe one of Luke's people will come on. I don't know.
We do this all the time.
Yeah,
people are funny.
They seem to think that I know you personally, and that's why I'm on the show. It's like, no, I'm just some guy.
You see, that it's just funny that
It's like
they're
nepotism, like you're my uncle or something. I don't know.
well, but it tells you like everything about their character. When you know the reality of a situation and you see
Yeah.
how they're behaving, a lot of that is projection because this is the sort of thing that I mean, I hate to say this, but kind of cults do. They'll send out recruits and things like that, and the
Hmm.
point is when you aren't part of it like really anymore, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Now you could be a spy.
Yeah. Hey, little fish, big mountain is bringing up the point. Yeah, I mean, so that's what I said. I think Luke would father. I mean, I don't know if you can handle Luke's, for lack of a better word, autism when it comes to face failing. Like his
I,
attention to detail, and he spent like 2 years researching. I mean, it's kind of like if you debated, like, do you know who Greg Stafford is?
no.
But okay, he's like the world's greatest Aryan debater, former Jehovah's Witness.
Uh-huh.
He's super autistic, and he could probably bash almost any Trinitarian, but he's like woefully wrong. But that doesn't mean that he's
That's the
not.
problem. The
Yeah,
problem is that there are loads of people who are well studied on subjects they like,
yeah,
but that blinds them to
autism.
reality. Yeah, and
Yep.
so that's actually, believe it or not, that's actually often their worst blind spot. Luke, let me see here. Little Fish Big Mountain says Luke has a ton of evidence for face failing. I watched a 2.5 hour video about it. I recommend focusing on ecclesiology, also church
Don't do
polity,
that.
like do they have bishops, etc.
It's
There's a
not
problem with
debate.
that, and that's the topic of the video.
Yep.
So we're gonna have to deal with it.
I
But
just I just said that to them. They were like, hang on, let me read what they said on
oh
Discord. But
boy,
they
now you are being a spy.
no, I mean I'm not even a full member of their Discord because they're afraid to let me in at this point. They've
Oh,
given
that's
me
funny.
like I'm allowed to look and I'm not allowed to join or touch, basically.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
Little Fish Big Mountain says they said it's just a few families in their sect. Yeah, but
it's
if it's
not. They
like
have a few hundred people. They have the reason why I think it's a cult is because they have a men's server and a women's server, and if I were Luke, I would start pairing those people together and building new families that are him. Because they have the women's server where all the girls talk about how they're not allowed to leave the house and
well,
they have to stay home until they get a
well,
husband.
how do you know what's in the women's server?
I don't. I just know of it. And
Oh, okay.
Luke has banned
Let
me from the Discord 5 times.
Oh,
Five
wow.
times.
Yeah, this is here's the problem with the concept. Nobody is denying that head covering was and is part of the church's tradition. What we're denying, and ultimately, is the question of whether the veil, as described by, say, Luke and cohorts, is actually the tradition that they're supposedly protecting or that we supposedly lost. And I don't think I don't think it's a solid argument. It sounds very sectarian, and I have a feeling it'll be exposed as such on Saturday.
Mm.
Let's see. They said the church never died, but they didn't have any continuity to any historical body. Yeah, well, that's the translation. You're a new sect. That's all. Death to Compromise says at least Luke didn't ban you from the Discord. And I think you mentioned he banned you 5 times or something. So,
Yeah, you just don't know how to get around bans. Death to Compromise. You're not like full autism spec ops like I am. So like I have a VPN, I have alt accounts. I'll put myself in Virginia to get into Bass's. He IP banned my whole apartment. I can't access his Discord. So I had to place my NordVPN, go to Virginia, get another account, a new email, Proton Mail.
wow, that's dedication. Blind Reader John says, is Veiling dogmatic? If not, then he has no argument.
That's the core of the. I think Luke can fairly prove. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you think the
I
quotes are out of
disagree
context.
completely. I honestly, I saw, but we had a bit of an email back and forth over the
Oh yeah,
weekend, and I noticed that first he slipped in the idea of a 30-minute opening, which
that was
hasn't
actually me that
existed.
said that. But
Oh, okay. Well, he definitely wanted a 30-minute opening, but I was okay to give it to him because that just sounds creative. I mean, like if
well, if you can even get it
I'm used
down,
to a 7-minute opening, and I will cram it full of stuff. I can do a college course in 30 minutes. And I might. Um, but in any case, so it's going to be interesting. Ortho Pirate with a member chat asks, why are you so adamant to be a part of that group when they don't want you in it?
I'm not. I'm just trying. I was in it, and then they messed up my head, and now I'm trying to undo the damage. So I'm like in my heart, I know they're wrong. In my head, I can't reconcile my heart with my brain.
Hopefully
right
this will be part of the healing process for you.
Yeah. It's kind of a situation of like when I came from agnosticism as well. Like it took me a long time because I wasn't always Christian, so it took me a long time to reconcile my head with the Bible, because it would like the first time I read the Bible, I was having a hard time dealing with like the miracles and stuff, and it took me a long time to get there. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at with Luke. Is like I know in my soul that he's wrong because it's even in my head partially,
totally implausible.
But his arguments, like when they haven't been, I think it's that they haven't been responded to. This is what I think it is. Luke has gone unchallenged because people like Craig Truglia, who I previously reached out to, just said that he's a jerk and won't talk to him and he's stupid, don't waste my time. And so it wasn't until I met the fellow perpetually online autists in the True Orthodox movement. No offense. I'm being
we love our autists.
Yeah. So my fellow autists are able to deal with these guys as opposed to the World Orthodox.
The World Orthodox. And so yeah,
busy debating Protestants, I guess.
Because ultimately, when you become True Orthodox, like all of the inconsistencies that are in World Orthodoxy are gone. And it's I don't want to say it's a real confidence booster, but in a sense, I am a bit because of the teaching of the church, and when you see it consistently applied, it builds your confidence. That's why we've been unafraid of everyone, and there's nothing to hide. There's no hidden tricks to it. So that's part of the reason why I think, first off, then after the 30-minute opening, he mentioned going first. Now that's a tell. That's a tell. And I'm going to say why. When you want to go first in a debate, it means you think that if you're presenting first, that you will, you'll have more advantage in terms of influence over the audience. There's only one problem with that, and that is it's not true. What happens is the audience will definitely positively dispose to the first mover, but if the second mover hits harder, the audience will then switch back harder. So in fact, like having first move to me, my argument has always been, and I'm usually the second guy in a debate anyway. I'm actually the first guy in a debate because often the opponent doesn't know what I'm going to say, so they want to figure out how they can, it's usually, I hate to say this, but most people when they debate against us, they're unprepared, and so because of that, they don't want to do their homework. They dismiss our positions outright, which gives me advantage. But in this case, it's Luke's advantage is ultimately that he thinks going first and talking for a half an hour is a good idea. I don't in a debate because I think that unless you have a lot of good material, like for really spicing it up, you're going to bore your audience. The average YouTube audience, I mean, even in debates that are 2 or 3 hours, they expect the other person to talk eventually. And so I don't know that that's going to give them an advantage, but what I'm definitely going to counter with is a very interesting presentation. I will say that. So let's take a look here. Yeah, Little Fish Big Mountain says that's an hour just for opening statements. LOL. And remember, the limit here is 3 hours. So I don't know that is going to help or hurt my opponent. I don't care.
Luke could talk for 3 hours if he wanted to. Honestly, his video is 3 hours.
The problem is but I've done 7-hour streams.
The question is, will he focus on because he tries to do. I think he tries to prove too much, and this is like hindering his evangelism. Is he like? If you watch his video, I really recommend watching his video. Someone in the chat mentioned it. Little Fish Big Mountain, of the 2.5 hour video on face veiling, because it gives you all of his arguments. And he goes through like secular history, ancient Greek and Roman literature, like all these cultures from China to Saudi Arabia to Israel to Greece and Rome. And he goes like so far and so much stuff that's not relevant. And if it were me, I would have just been like 15-minute presentation. Here's a bunch of church fathers. Here's the Bible verse. This is what kataklupto means. Right. And I would have just stuck to that, But he's like, his goal is to make everyone, he calls it making them surrender. He has to like utterly
Right. Yeah.
prove them
There's
right
only.
so strongly that they can't overcome it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's also my technique.
Gish galloping,
So.
maybe, I don't know.
So I'm pretty confident that this is going to be okay. I mean, he's probably going to make a shortened version of his long video.
Yeah, he'd have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian the Sweet says, "Do you have to hit an image of Saint Constantine with a shoe to join the sect?" Orthodox traditionalists, with the donut. Well, salute to the donutists.
Yeah, we're dealing with true donutists here, Luke. I mean, for real.
Yeah, well, like, we're donut is the reason we say that is because I think it started when I started arguing about the pronunciation of Donatist in the debate with Resident Sleeper, because they kept saying Donatist. I'm like, isn't it Donatist? Like, what's wrong with you? And then apparently Donatist became a thing in the chat and people started using donuts. So people just associate us with donuts.
Yeah.
But Brian the Sweet has the shoe. Little Wing with a member chat says, "Amen, Father, you got this because you're real and true. Thank you very much. God willing." Little Fish Mountain says, "The first to state his case seems right until another comes and cross-examines."
Amen.
Bingo.
Yeah. It's Proverbs 18:17. I used to say that to Luke so often. He was like, "Why won't you surrender, Jake? Because it's so obvious that I'm right." And I'm like, "Because I haven't seen you. I haven't seen anyone address your arguments. Because everyone I took it to was like, this is stupid. Don't pay attention." I'm like, but I spent hours talking to this guy because just for anyone who doesn't know, I spent I would have calls with Luke that would last like 4 or 5 hours where he would be drilling me on orthodoxy. And that's when he got me to leave my World Orthodox parish, because I was like, okay, I don't know if I can keep going there with all these doubts that I have. And that's where I got into this whole situation of being.
Well, I'd love to talk to you about some of your other doubts. I mean, we can talk about things that are not related to the debate.
Yeah.
Little Wing with a member chat says, "From your heart." Reconquista says, "Who's debating?" Well, it's going to be me and Luke from anti
Yeah, his real name is Luke Putman, by the way. Putman. He's public about that, so you can dox his name.
Luke, did you say Luke Petman?
Luke Putman, Putman, and okay. He gave me a selfie. This is just for you. I'm putting it in private chat. He gave me a selfie to use in the debate thumbnail if you want to create the debate thumbnail. But let me
are you able to put that in the chat?
I'll put it in the chat, yeah. But he's public about his face and his name, and
well, that's good. That's the way people should be. But does it allow pasting of images?
It's an imgur.com link.
All right, let's see.
Because I'm old school. We used to use that on Reddit.
Okay, hold on. Since he clearly wants us to share his image, I will be debating.
I don't know if he wants it on the stream. Well, I guess he said he could use it as a thumbnail, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's up to you what you want to do.
Here we go. This is
the guy.
This is our guy. This is who I am debating. He's I don't. That's another thing that I wanted to ask you about.
Let's not call him dysgenic or anything. Let's not be rude.
I'm not going to be rude. He just looks like a regular.
I was going to be rude.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's on you, man.
That's on me. Yeah,
I don't do that stuff. All right, so let's close that. He's visually impressive enough. Thank you very much.
He is actually. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
I was going to say
an Old Testament, New Testament church writers, Jonuts, says Little Wing. The Jonuts, millions must donut. You guys really need to.
That's why I thought that was funny, because they call you guys Donatists as an insult, and I'm like, have you met like Luke and like the true Donatists who literally think that the purity of the priests is what destroyed the church in the 4th century? And that's what I wanted to debate on. If you read the original debate proposition I wrote up, I was trying to like segue the face veiling or use the face veiling as like an example of that. But there's really, because Luke puts up like 15 arguments against the church, I mean, like, I've been trying to think of what would be the real main debate that would actually like, bring people who are on one side to the other side, because I don't think this is it. I mean, I think that if I was his group at the end of the day, I'm not trying to I'm kind of doing it, but I'm not trying to like diminish everyone's enthusiasm for this debate, because people are excited for it, at least like 20 people who know about it. But I'm not trying to diminish their enthusiasm. But like, exactly, Little Fish. Yeah, I think the biggest thing would be the use of icons in the liturgy and veneration, because if that could be proven to be part of the apostolic patristic practice, that would debunk Luke's iconoclast movement. And if it could be proven not to be, that would debunk orthodoxy. But the face veiling thing is it's an important issue, because he has told me that Orthodox women dress like harlots and that they're prostitutes. That's what he told
Wow.
me. Yeah,
That's a
I sent
okay.
him I sent him an image of a pious Orthodox woman, and I said, "Do you really think this is a prostitute?" And he said, "Yes." He said she's dressed like a whore, and she had like the
You know who else
headscarf
says?
on.
You
And,
know who else says things like that, right?
who? Muhammad? I don't know.
Yeah, Muslims.
Okay, I don't know. They've kind of dropped the niqab in favor of the hijab now, haven't they? The hijab
Well,
was the
not in
headscarf.
some countries, but it always seems to come back. And the whole point is that, it's, the niqab seems that's the face covering, correct?
Could we?
That
Yeah. Let me send you his. I sent it to Death to Compromise. We both
while
have his
we're
image. Hang on.
let me continue reading comments. Blind Reader
Yeah,
John says, "You guys really need to get offline a little bit more."
I know.
846 Spencer says, "Donatism is when you believe that you have another donut after one loses its frosting." Rectum Keys to Orthodox asks the question, who is this Luke guy? This is actually important because of the fact that we are having a debate on Saturday.
Yeah. Who's,
Luke is apparently one of the heads of this anti-Nicene Christianity grouping that has a few hundred people in its snares. The main thing I am concerned because I noticed that even though he was described as a leader previously, and when we talked to him, he seemed to want to kind of walk that back a bit and just be like, "Oh,
yeah.
well, I'm just a
He
regular
doesn't
guy."
see
And
himself as a leader. They call each other brothers. They don't see each
uh,
other as the leader.
okay, but who is he technically from a practical standpoint? Their leader,
He's the best speaker they have.
so he's their leader.
He's the one that interacts with the people the most, I would say.
Okay. Let's see. Can we get a physiognomy analysis on the guy being debated? Not on my channel. I don't do the physiognomy thing. Remnant Roo says 100% chud. Blind Reader John says Luke is kind of controlling, kind of like a narcissist. He's not wrong. I noticed that when you mentioned, you never mentioned this submit thing. Why don't you submit sort of thing?
Oh
Or
yeah, yeah.
surrender,
That even
surrender.
surrender
That's
to the church,
weird. That's
surrender to
weird.
the early church. That's what he keeps
It
telling
sounds
me.
like
He's
he's
like,
yeah, but it sounds like he's
stop
saying
rebelling
surrender
against the
to
early
me.
church.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's saying stop surrendering to me because he's not the early
Well,
church.
yeah. I mean, what did David Koresh do? It's like you need to obey the Bible. Well,
Yeah,
you're the prophet.
it's cult, and I'm glad that
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to see that.
I saw that from the beginning. I wish I'd never gotten involved with them, but
Yeah.
I did anyway, and it messed up my head. So now we are where we are.
Well, that's okay.
So
We're in the process of working that through and getting back to yourself.
yeah,
Debt to Compromise says some World Orthodox do wear short skirts. So I hate to break it to you, some true Orthodox that don't know better wear short skirts as well. This is a problem that's due to lack of education, but it's usually people get out of it. The priests will eventually mention it, things like that. It's tacky, and I obviously think it's wrong. But I attribute that more to ignorance than to our actual custom. Um, Brian the Swede says he's not an Anabaptist having a stylish mustache. Let's see. Little big Fish Big Mountain says he actually says Muslims dress like harlots too because they put makeup on their
that's
eyes.
correct. Yeah.
To him, you look like a harlot unless you veil your whole face and whole body and don't wear makeup. Well, worse than that, some just wear the hijab and then wear, different outfits that you can clearly see. They don't put on the whole. They just put on the shoulder coverings.
Yeah.
One of the early writers said not to take a razor to your face. That's actually in to some degree, yeah, that's in the Bible originally, and
Yeah.
then
Saint Jerome says it.
Saint Jerome says
Steve,
it.
for
It's
me,
in the canons. The
is it in
canons
the
actually.
canons for Orthodox that we're not allowed to do that?
Well, no. What it says is that if you're a member of the clergy, the blade cannot touch your skin, so
Okay.
you can't shave off when you're clergy.
Okay, so I mean, for me, because I mean, I'm in my mid-20s, so my beard, I literally the way my beard grows out is part of it is thicker than the other part, and it looks super uneven, and so I
Well, yeah, as
trim
long as
my
it
other
doesn't
side.
touch your face, you can even it out.
Okay, well, because Saint Jerome was, I know Saint Jerome is hyper rigorous sometimes, but Saint Jerome said and also Clement of Alexandria and a bunch of others, they were like, oh, don't shave, don't trim your beard at all. It's effeminate and girly. It's like,
but they were referring to people who shave completely, because then that makes the person.
I don't know about that.
No, I do. That's actually, like, it's mentioned in the canon that the reason that it's considered effeminate is because if you take off the beard from a man's face and you make it up, you can make yourself look like a woman.
I mean, I wish I had a beard like St. James does in my profile picture, but like, you know.
Well, you are allowed to even it out. So if one side's a little longer, just don't let it touch the skin and just make it even with the other side.
Okay. That's what I've been doing pretty much.
Yeah, that's good. So this guy, 846 Spancer says that, so this guy is just Jehovah's Witnesses with extra steps.
No.
Yes, I mean, kinda, but they're both
Jehovah's Witnesses are a business. They're a bunch of they're a business. You go and you have meetings and TED Talks, and they give out magazines. I've been to a Kingdom Hall. It's awful.
Yeah, they charge for subscriptions, and you have to do a certain number of evangelizations a week. And let me see here. So Little Fish says Saint Ignatius makes clear there's bishop, presbyter, and deacon. If he doesn't have that, how can he claim to even follow the fathers early on? I agree. I mean, if you have no concept of the Eucharistic structure, I don't think you have a right to kind of deny the existence of the early church. Let me see here. I see that you sent me something else here. What is this? It says this time.
Oh, that's his. I sent this to what's his name? The guy in chat. Death to Compromise. But this is They're making infographics now for evangelization, and this is their evangelization infographic on the face mail.
Can you
It's an X file. Does it pull up? Oh
no, it's not pulling.
X file. It's an X image. Let me hang on. That sounds wrong too. There's no way to say X. Man, they should not have changed it to X.com. No matter what you call it, it doesn't.
That's
sound
a good
right.
Point. How
it's
is
an
it
X file? It's an X image. It just sounds off, no matter what I say.
Well, I'm so confused. That's a good point. The journeying one mentions it's Tertullian and Clement that shows. Oh, who's this? Plotinus foe. PF Chang is back. Welcome.
Hello there. Father bless.
How's it going? May God bless you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
For a second, I thought it was one of Luke's guys, but
this is an interesting. Oh no. PF is
not as soon as I heard Father.
Huh?
They're big on call no man your father. That group.
Oh yeah,
they have a Lutheran reading of it. It's very weird.
That's so. It's amazing what these people do.
I think they just haven't thought about that, frankly.
They don't think about any of it. Look at this. Sojourning one saying, not partially, you wouldn't shave at all, according to Tertullian and Clement, but Luke shaves most of his beard.
I don't think Luke said he can't grow a beard, and this is not to cast shame on him. It's because he's got weird.
Well, it says here, Sojourning one says he used to have a more full beard.
What?
Yeah,
I just know people in his group. We would joke about him because he couldn't grow a full beard like some of us, but it's all right.
Wait, are clergy not supposed to, or not clergy? Are laity not supposed to shave?
It's a partially about Orthodox culture, and so you can shave as a layperson, but the general thought is that if you shave off all your facial hair, you are appearing like a woman.
I have very, very bad facial hair genetics, is why I'm asking.
Do you look like Father Peter Hears?
No, it's like...
Because if I looked like Father Peter Hears, I would shave my face too, so...
Okay, that looks normal. How old are you? You look like
I'm 25.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
It'll just give it time.
Yeah, you could be... I mean, you could be 30 and... Yeah.
It won't grow on the sides, though.
Do you live in a warm climate area?
Yeah, I live in Louisiana.
Okay, well, I mean, you might consider, moving up north for a couple of years. That'll do you. A couple of winters here, your beard will activate fully.
But where are you at, Father Joseph? Are you in?
I'm in northeast Pennsylvania.
Okay, are you from Wilkes-Barre?
No, I'm not from Wilkes-Barre. I'm actually originally from New York.
Oh, okay, because I was born and raised in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. So I was
really.
Yeah. I can't say that the specific town is so small it would dox me immediately, but I was born in Scranton, so I moved.
Okay.
I moved to the Midwest.
So you were born in Avoca or something.
I was what?
Like Avoca?
What is that?
That's where the airport is. That's a real small town.
No, I was born in a small town outside. I guess
outside Scranton. Yeah,
outside Scranton. Yeah,
like a Dunmore sort of thing, or
yeah.
There's 100 of those small towns here, so I get it. Ortho Pirate says, any thoughts on Father Stephen Allen's conversation with OTP? Give me a second. I didn't put together the clip like I wanted to because it just got so busy. But let me see if I can find that. And then I can find the fun part. Hold on. Give me a moment. Open forum and debate. Who is Bryce and Eastern Orthodoxy is the only true church? Okay, yeah, I know Eastern Orthodoxy is the only true church. That's why I'm part of it. But you probably mean World Orthodoxy. But let me go to Orthodox Traditionalist because I want to see if I can find it. It was pretty funny to see this debate because I enjoyed that fully. This was it was about 2 hours long. It was a conversation with Father Stephen Allen. Give me just a moment while I go through it real quick. Okay, give me a second. Okay. All right, so let's take that and we're gonna make it full size because there was one part that I thought was pretty funny. Give me just a moment, and I will open that up. Hold on. So I did see that that the whole interview and it was fantastic. I highly recommend it. I will only say this. Hold on. Okay. So let me share this real quick. And then I'll put that in. And then we get to Plotinus Foe's questions and comments. So here it is. Hold on. Okay, go back a little.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't allow the Western right. He said, Bishop Levy would say, the Western right is covert modernism. And which in retrospect, I think maybe he's mostly right, but Father Joseph Sweden won't be happy with me.
So that's how you're gonna play it. You're gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
In all honesty, you know, everyone has a right to their opinion. So I'm just like, you know, but I thought it was pretty funny that I got called out on that. And that was cool. So if you do want to see that interview, it's on the Orthodox Traditionalist channel, or Orthodox Traditionalist Publications channel. It's called The Conversation with Stephen Allen, Moscow Marriage, Ecumenism, and True Orthodoxy. Definitely give that a look. It's a pretty good interview. And, you know, Father Stephen's a really good priest. Okay, before I get to new comments, Plotinus Foe, what's going on? What's new with you?
Nothing much. I went back to church today.
Glory to God.
So the reception back into the church is being delayed until my fiance and my daughter are also baptized into the church. And it's actually really good because the situation, like with me joining the church, was a little weird because I came from like a wandering bishop, weird, not related to Orthodox at all, but called itself Orthodox Church. And I wasn't exactly clear that I wasn't given a proper catechism. So like I had my catechism.
Like
yeah, so my catechism. Yep. Well, it was probably worse than yours because it lasted 2 months, and my catechism consisted of reading the book, The Faith, and just answering the questions from it.
That's better than what I was just told to read Timothy Ware. This is World Orthodoxy. I was told to read Timothy Ware and be done with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, so that was mine, and then I had it was like 3 weeks before baptism. They're like, "Oh, so you got to pick a patron saint so we can get your icon." And I was like, "A patron what? Who?" And I was like, "Wait, I know there's saints, but I don't know any of them." And so I had to rush
out of curiosity, what if you don't mind giving your first name, we could find out if you have one already.
Oh, well, so I ended up taking a new patron saint when I came over. My old patron saint's name was Gregory of Nyssa, and then I ended up taking Saint Dymphna, and
you took a girl saint's name?
Yeah, because well, she was the only one, and I had to turn it into like a male name. It was like a very weird process, but
Huh.
because she's like the patron saint of like mental illnesses and stuff, and that's like something in particular I suffer from quite a lot. So I found it fitting to do. And I asked my priest, before I was like, can I take a female patron saint? But so I had to like, I don't know, transliterate it to a male name.
Okay.
Dimphno. I don't know.
Let me see here. I mean, the easiest thing would be Dimfan.
Well, I did. It was Dimphna, but then it was transliterated into like Latin as Daphne,
Yes.
and then I just took the male version of that, which is Daphnis.
I mean, there's so many simple names, but okay. Anyway, well, that's good. Well, many years to you on your, your incoming reception back into Orthodoxy. I presume True
Thank you.
Orthodoxy, God willing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so, let's see. So that's great news. Glory to God. Let's see. Some people like Peter can grow a beard much as well. Yes. John with a question. Do readers have to grow beards, or does that only apply to monks and priests? I mean, technically, if you really have a secular job, you're not married yet, etc., or you're not a monastic yet, then people aren't going to look at you too harshly if you don't grow a beard. But I do know readers with huge beards, so I'm not against it. Happy Go Lucky 123 says, I can't grow a beard. I don't shave. Shaving the beard is a sin.
That's
That beard
Luke's
picture.
account.
That's Luke's account?
Yeah.
Okay, but people apparently have said that you had a beard before, buddy. The beard.
No, that was a meme that some of the guys in the server and I were laughing about. That someone photoshopped a beard on Luke, and it looks really good. Anyway.
Wait, so who is that guy? Is he like an originist or something?
Yeah, no, this is who? The Luke guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the anti-Nicene Christianity guy I'm debating in like 6 days on Saturday. I don't know what his views on the Eucharist are, but he was going to make a video on it in the comments. Okay.
Yeah. His views on the Eucharist is just the Orthodox view, pretty much.
It can't be without priests.
Well, he thinks that lay people can. So he thinks lay people can offer the Eucharist. That's a big thing.
Well, Little Wing 7 says any woman should know the difference by dressing respectably versus sexy in a way, what's appropriate for church and not. That's true, but if you don't get that education in childhood. So Jordan one says, why would you put a bearded photo of yourself on LinkedIn and Facebook? Seems dishonest. And then Happy Go Luki says, I've been exposed. Father Boniface says, Benedicite. Reconquista says, Benedicite, Father. Benedicite, Father. Seems like a weird thing to do, but I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt, Luke. Remnant Rue says, Scranton, the home of Dunder Mifflin.
Yep.
Yep, it's the larger sister city in the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre relationship. Yep. Let me see. Little Fish says, I don't have the best beard genetics either, to be honest, but Father Peter here is low-key inspired me to just go for it. It looks better than I thought after just growing it out. Yeah, that's really all you have to do.
Mine has gotten from when I first became quote unquote became Orthodox 3 years ago, I had like a Father Peter Ears style beard, and now it's like my beard is like growing up my face as I'm in my mid-20s now. So I mean, I think by the time I'm 30, it really depends on like what your father looked like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because my father's an Italian. My father's an Italian guy, and he's got a full beard, but he trims it because he trims it pretty short. But he grows a full beard on his face. So we were joking about him becoming Orthodox actually when he didn't trim it.
Well, once it gets to full size, you can actually trim as long as you keep it away from the skin, and it will just grow stronger.
So if it's based on your father,
I see there was kind of a back and forth with Luke here and with about the question of the beard. I'm not going to go into that. Member chat. Father Samuel Rake says, great interview with Father Allen. It was. Let me see here. And okay. Wandering Bishop of Feischheit. I guess that's for Plotinus foe. They want to know a little bit about the group he left. And let's see here. Forgiveness. And then Uncompromised Zeltry says they literally just didn't catechize me. I just attended for services like 6 months and they said I could be baptized. To be fair,
cases.
Yeah, that's not terrible. Yeah. Have you guys seen the icons of Eftimios of Feisch? I have. I thought it was ridiculous when they, these independent groups tried to canonize him or glorify him. Blind Reader John says, yes, we grow epic beards. Have you guys heard of the story of the zealot father Joachim who couldn't grow a beard and he prayed upon it again? Afterwards, his beard was so long he had to carry it in a basket. Yes, he's a famous early 20th century elder who died, I think, like 1910 or something. But there was a picture of him with his beard going to the floor. Let's see here. Okay. Brian the Sweet says 33 people watching and 3 likes. Click that button, click that like button like a WCC cameraman. Wow. Oof. Do it. Let's see. What's this? Mary's sins. Okay, this is the infographic.
Wait.
Oh boy.
Oh, is that her? I was trying to send the face veil one. My bad.
Yeah. Well, no, you sent the.
He sends a lot of these infographics. They're actually pretty decent. I know the guy that. Anyway.
He's welcome to come on the stream. He's in the chat, so why not?
Yeah, well, they're monitoring me to make sure I don't say anything too outrageous about them. I assume, 'cause I went and told in the Discord that I was coming on tonight, so
they don't have a right to tell you where to go.
I know,
That's
dude.
like
I'm like
bizarre.
I'm like still spiritually attached to them or something. I don't freaking know. Listen, Luke was the only person in their group.
I think
to his credit, Luke was the only person in his group that could tolerate my eccentricities and insanity. And like, what did Reader John say? I'm like a squirrel. Like I have no focus and I talk too fast. So
anyway. That's something you grow into.
Yeah.
Bakamojo says, hello, did the Luke debate happen already? No.
Oh, we got some hype.
Happens on Saturday.
We got hype
Saturday,
for the Luke debate.
and it's going to be hosted by the other Paul. No, this coming Saturday.
Oh, it's going to be on his channel?
I don't know yet, but I'm assuming it will, because how else is he going to moderate it?
Well, that's going to be interesting. That'll be a lot of people getting exposed to this who are Anglicans.
Well, that's why I think Luke wants to do it, because he figures that
I don't think Luke even. No, I think we in the Discord we made the events as being on your channel, so we pointed everyone to your channel to watch it. So if it's going to be on the other Paul,
well, it might be on both channels, because we can do that together.
Well, I can just imagine
Somebody says his citation on Mary having a face veil comes from a spurious document.
I just posted his because it's on topic. I just posted his infographic about the face veils in the private chat. But it's only a few quotes.
Let's take a look at it. And this is going to be a Christian
Black Ortho Athlete. Listen, bro, I am not Luke's hype man. Okay. me and Luke can barely sit in the same Discord call for
I think what it is in some ways this is how Jacob is going to have to cope his way out of the mess he got himself into. And I'm not saying cope in a bad way. I'm saying that you're still dealing with what seems like psychological damage.
Well, I didn't mention this publicly, but I debated Luke back in I think September. I had a debate with him that was about an hour and a half on whether the early church fathers are dogmatic in everything they say. And I got, to use the meme, I think I got buck broken so bad in that might be a little vulgar, forgive me. But I got beaten so bad in that debate that I've just kind of been like, okay, I need someone who knows more than me to handle this. Cause I thought I could like crush Luke there, and it was bad.
Well, I mean, if Luke wants to try any other topic, and he's welcome to come, he's obviously here. Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Well, I think we're gonna have to debate another. You see your chat. I know your chat would love that. Anyway, you guys would. Anyway, my point is, we are gonna have to. I'm not trying to take away the hype of the face veil debate, but we are. There is a more important issue, like the early church and how it worshipped, I would say that would have to be done eventually, but maybe we can just face veil for now. And I mean,
well, I honestly, I'm going to tell you my motivation for just agreeing on the face veil topic. And that is the fact that this involves married couples and what they're doing, because there is supposed to be some level of, authority of the husband. But in my opinion is, because I know that historically Luke and Ilk are wrong, that this is kind of borderline abusive. And so, for me, this is an opportunity to deal with something directly that affects families.
Are you accusing him of abusing his wife? Like, what?
No, I'm saying that he is what's the word I'm looking for? He is encouraging an abusive mentality.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, yeah.
So
maybe I don't know.
that's my motivation.
I don't know.
Let's see. So to reiterate, he says all the fathers until 300 did not comment on whether or not in 300, 400, all the fathers allegedly teaches upon a Toko sinned. Haven't seen the quote, so I know what he's talking about. He's probably talking about.
Yeah,
Christmas
just listen, dude. I said this to you on Discord. This is Sojourning One. Just focus on one thing with Luke at a time. Don't do what I did when I got sucked into his group, which is like 6, 7, 8 different things. And just focus on one thing at a time, man. Because what Luke does, he fills your head up with like so much like confusing. And actually, a lot of people. It's not just Luke. A lot of people do this when they attack Orthodoxy.
Oh, welcome, reader John.
They'll fill your head up.
Ben Shapiro.
May God bless you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. All right, I got to get to comments. Face bales are our best pre-Islamic Byzantine. LOL. To reiterate, he says all the fathers until 300 did not comment on whether or not, and from 300 the fathers allegedly teach that the Panajia Theotoko sin. Haven't seen the quotes though. I've seen some of them.
Then don't worry
Debate
about
topic
it.
is on the is the claim that because the practice of veiling, as we understand it, is not as strict as Luke understands it, our church fell away.
That was the intention, of the debate topic.
This is actually, it will work with any topic, so it's fine. But Buck Broken says Rem Ruse. So joining one Little Fish. So no one spoke about it until 300, 400. What's to say that those people weren't wrong? That's a good valid point. Oh, sorry, Reader John, you good?
I'm working on my volume here. I'm having issues.
Oh, okay. No problem. Or the Pirate with a member chat says, how did PF Chang feel about experiencing Divine Liturgy again?
It was great. I loved it, and my fiance and my daughter loved it as well. She's
awesome.
She's 8.5 months old, and she was like trying to scream along to it.
That's cool. Glory to God. That's nice. Shining Diamond says, I've seen those citations, and Mary wanting a baptism is already treated in Orthodoxy and Catholic commentaries. It is. So it's nothing new.
There we go.
Or the Pirate says, was it scary? Feel like he was at home, made me halt to hear if he was coming back. Is happy to hear he's coming back. Reconquista asks, is Luke a Jew?
Hey.
Put a picture of him up and I can tell you.
He is a white Anglo-Saxon, I believe, based on his.
I can tell you whether that's true or not.
He's not a Jew.
You guys really want to do the physiognomy?
So we're doing a physiognomy test anyway.
I'm like the greatest racial profiler ever.
Oh my God.
Oh really? What's my racial profile?
Jewish.
What's the other part?
I mean, people think I'm Jewish, but I'm Italian. So, I mean, there is such a thing as lookalikes.
The other part is built different.
All right. So we'll put Luke back up since people are asking. There you go. There's Luke. This is my debate opponent for Saturday.
Is there a side profile?
Look at that 1,000 yards
there's only one picture.
The freaking nose physiognomy test.
What?
Brother,
I didn't even understand.
Trying to look at his nose. Side profile is like.
I would say he looks. Okay, I don't think he looks Jewish because his lips look normal. Usually, people that are Jewish don't have like that Cupid's bow on the upper lip. His eyes look kind of normal for a Anglo-Saxon person.
Or the Pyro says that's a Polish nose for sure.
I would totally throw you guys off. I would, because I don't look Jewish.
So you're like
he looks like Celtic Nordic or something. Definitely not Jewish though.
Yeah, he's a standard Anglo-Saxon. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Pretty much. You're right.
Okay.
He's not Jewish. He passed the test.
Bakamojo says he doesn't look like an unstoppable force. Disappointed.
Well, we got to judge his arguments based on his appearance now, apparently.
Well, I mean, we'll have to see what his arguments are. I mean, if he wanted to come on and say something, he could.
He looks like one of those guys from Full Metal Jacket.
I did offer him to come on last night. I said, like, there's going to be a stream today. He's welcome to come on and, like, answer other questions about his movement. I think that would help to get it out in the open as well.
Yeah.
Wait, can you bring the picture back up?
The picture? I got it.
Dude, stop obsessing over race.
Wait, no. It's now. I'm just doing the straight physiognomy.
It's cringe, bro.
I was trying to look for
cringe.
something. I'm not even looking at the race now. How's it cringe?
So Jesus was would you be shocked to find out that Jesus was a Jew? I mean, come on.
I don't think it's an issue of whether he looks. I mean, even Jewish. I think it's just. I guess people are curious about what he looks like. But here you go.
Yeah, people.
There he is again.
I look very Jewish, but I'm Italian.
Can you
and
zoom in? Zoom into the forehead area real quick.
What?
What is wrong with you?
What are we doing
into this, in between the eyebrows.
I don't think I can zoom.
Control and plus sign.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. This
Should
is
work.
kind of. There you go. That's close
I
enough.
don't know. It didn't zoom in for me. I'm trying to see if there's like a vertical crease in between the eyebrows.
What?
Trust me.
Trust me, bro.
Do you see any vertical?
This is why I get hanging out with the
All right.
autistic
Okay.
crowd.
I think I
I
do
told
see.
you. Yeah, I said earlier this group is super autistic. I love it.
All right.
No.
I'm seeing some kind of maybe a left side eye droop, which usually means that someone has some kind of intensely
Luke, I'm
held
sorry if
secret
you're
in their
watching this,
personal
man.
Well, he won't come on. This is the closest we can get.
The left side eye
We
droop.
gotta
What?
like summon him, like create him with
Hey
AI.
Jacob, I didn't hear what he said. What? Left side
Well,
eye droop. What?
So, okay, if you have a left side droop, like to your eye, like your left eyelid, it usually means that you have something that's like deeply bothering you in your personal life, like a deeply held secret or trauma. And also, vertical
my
creases in between the eyebrows represent things that are stressing you out. Depending on
Don't
which
forget
side
that
it
the
is,
father-
the right side is the public or professional outward side, and the left side is the inner personal self. If you have vertical creases on both, it means you have stresses in your life that are on both sides.
Man, y'all really need to get offline a little bit more. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think like the reading faces thing is actually something the fathers recommend against.
I don't
Remember
leave
who
my
says
house, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
That's because you have a baby.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't really leave guys. Remnant Roos asks, could he pass as a Wojak? Brian the Sweet says, if he wears sunglasses to the debate, watch out. Ortho Pirate says, no, let him cook with a member chat. We're going to talk about member chats in just a second. Forehead so big I could land a plane on it. Somebody said he got 3 creases in the
Luke,
hair.
I'm
That's
sorry.
Man, you guys are cold-blooded.
Wow,
I feel
people are
bad now.
mean. So mean.
I know
And,
his appearance is public, but I feel bad. I'm sorry, my
Let me
brother
see
in
here.
humanity.
Well, Shining Diamond says to be honest, Christian women veiled until the 1900s since feminism taught the gospel of Emma Goldman. Here's where I would disagree, and I'm going to share this because this is how he understands veiling. This is where we're going to have the disagreement because technically all Orthodox believe in veiling, but not like this.
Well, scroll down. Yeah, the bottom is what he thinks a woman should, at minimum.
Not like a niqab or a hijab or something
Yeah.
like that.
And see, he's got the church fathers quotes on the left, so.
Yeah, clearly this is a much more extreme version of veiling than even the church recommends.
And apparently you can't have makeup if you even if you veil, you can't have makeup on because that makes you a hoe.
This looks like something like a Muslim apologist would make to prove that the early church was
why
Muslim.
I pointed that out immediately. He got upset.
He's a Donatist Muslim.
Don't mess with the Teo Autist man.
This is proof the early church was Muslim.
Palm reading on one's face, not
Inshallah.
recommended truth.
No.
Does Luke have his own shahada? That's what I told him last week.
Well, he's a Donatist Muslim.
Anti-Nicene fathers. Wait.
You guys
There's
see
no God but the
Zakir
Trinity
Naik?
and the anti-Nicene fathers are their prophets. I don't know. Is his prophet? I
Oh
don't know.
my goodness.
You know
The
Zakir
anti-Nicene
Naik?
shahada.
Yeah, that's what I asked him last week. But
Did you see the other Paul was making fun of the Ortho Bros, saying that our shahada is Palamas is God's true. Like, there's no God, but the essence energy distinction, and Palamas is his prophet. I got that from the other Paul, just so you know.
Yeah, but the Ortho Bros often make references to the Shahada themselves. One of the Ortho Bro accounts is called Orthodox Shahada. So
yeah, they screamed at me and banned me from their server within 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it was not pretty.
Ortho Bros are the poster boys for poor catechism.
Yeah, the only people who ban me quicker than Luke is the Orthodox servers. Ironically, Luke doesn't realize how much flack I get for even taking him seriously, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
John says, aloha snack bar. Let's see here.
That's funny.
Brother asked a very good question.
Who? Where? Does Luke have his own shahada?
Well, you don't know what that's from? You know Dr. Zakir Naik? He's like, brother asked a very good question.
Okay. I don't watch a lot of Zakir Naik. I can't. I just his voice grates on me. Like, it has nothing to do with what he's saying. He just has a really grating, like, I don't know if it's the accent or the voice, but I find him really hard to listen to for like more than 5 minutes.
Who is this?
Zakir Naik, Muslim apologist.
John chapter 3, verse 16.
Indians are just funny in general, the way they talk.
Shining Diamond says, honestly, I'm against makeup, and so are a lot of elders and fathers. No one's debating makeup. Like, St. John asked, the women to remove their lipstick so they wouldn't damage the eye
if you wear makeup, even behind your veil, you a hoe. According to Luke.
Okay, guys.
Jacob, would you be scared if Jacob's forehead was seen under your bed at night? Okay.
I'm scared by what you think. I don't even know what he means.
I think he means like if you like
If
he
Luke's
appeared,
forehead
like,
was
that,
under
that
my bed at
picture.
night.
Yeah, if you picture like
Yeah,
I
would be pretty scared.
with like the clown face in the
Oh,
sewer.
wow.
Yeah, we got a Photoshop
It's
like
going cold-blooded.
my avatar looking under his bed and sees Luke and it's like Anyway, I don't know.
I meant Luke. LOL. My bad. Okay.
Yeah, I figured.
Let me see. I didn't say I wasn't either. I don't know if there's any economia to that or anything. There probably is to some degree, but that depends on the priest or the bishop. Let's see here. So we're just about going into the end of the first hour. So you know, currently, you know, we're we definitely appeal
We're
for you to
roasting
help
Luke
keep
right
the
now.
lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give, Send, Go. Just look in the description. As always, currently we have a goal of $200. We are currently at 0 after an hour. But if you want to donate via Super Chat or Cash App or PayPal, we'd really appreciate it. Things are they're very busy, so a lot of people are, you know, they're struggling, and it's going to get worse. I don't know for those who know, but the EBT system in the U.S. is probably, if the political fighting doesn't stop by the end of the week, it's going to shut down by Saturday.
Yeah.
That's 14. I don't care how you feel, left or right. I know there are opinions on both sides, etc. But in the end, 14 million Americans will not be able to use their EBT cards. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, everyone
I'm
in
on
Congress. Everyone in Congress will still get their paychecks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that for
both
like
sides.
our like baby food and stuff.
I understand, and that this is, I think SNAP might last a little bit longer in WIC, but EBT itself, that it may be gone on November 1st, and it may take a while to recover, a few weeks, you know, but it may be socially chaotic. So you know, say a prayer, and if you're not on EBT, get a little extra food for someone who is, just in case they need it. That's gonna.
And if you'd like to donate to roast future debate guests, please donate.
Yes, because exactly, because we need to eat too. So let me see here. Reckon Keith says, I'm going to take some Jordans from Rose. Says, can we see a Luke and Pope Boniface?
For us to stop roasting you. Yeah.
The best way to roast someone is to mog them yourself.
Yeah, you got to show up. Well, you got to show your own face and like mog him.
Do I have to show my own face for that?
Mog him, I guess. Yeah.
Do I need to mog Luke?
No.
I don't know. Do you need to mog Luke?
I don't know.
What in the world is Mog? I'm an old guy.
Does it serve our cause?
Well, define Mog again, because I'm kind of old too.
Define Mog again.
I know it's spelled with 2 G's.
We're the boomers
so
here.
right?
You're gonna have to help us out here.
Mogging is basically, I guess, like when you make a Chad face yourself, and I guess it mogs on your opponent. Like you're, I don't know, your physiognomy superior to your opponent. So you. win.
So you know you morph yourself into one of those Chad.
What language are you speaking, son?
It's basically the idea that if you look better than your opponent, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is all most people need.
I'm right.
Let me see here. Brian the Swede says, I think Elton John was in charge of the wardrobe for the WCC meetings going on here. Whoa, that's crazy. That's funny. Oh, welcome, Father Boniface.
Wait, does Luke have any gray in his beard?
He doesn't have a beard. Father Boniface. He has just a mustache.
I mean, sorry, his mustache.
I didn't see any. The face veil is only best attested to in the 6th century from noblewomen, and it wasn't generally opaque. But again, we're not.
Yeah, don't spoil the debate.
Let me put it this way: remember that if an opponent is looking for a specific position instead of looking for what the everything was, then they're not going to get a complete picture. Let me see. I will save some Jordans for each of you in the panel, especially Reader John. All right. Well, that's cool. Thank you. Once again, just so for people who don't know, because we are now hitting that first hour mark. Right now our goal is 200. We're at 0. So God willing, we're going to stay, as always, we stay longer, the more you give us. So if I make it to 150, I will stay an extra half hour till 11. If I make it to the goal, I will stay till 11:30. Otherwise, we're going to play the losing sound, which we've played a
Three
couple of
times.
times.
Not
Yeah,
2 times.
haven't played it on every stream, because we have the weekly streams too, and we had some good ones.
Yeah.
But okay, but just don't forget to pray for us and for help on that. But
Wait,
let's
what
see.
about Jordans?
I don't understand the thing about Jordans. By the way, it's cafe time. So if you're trying to get registered at the FrozenNosCafe.com, let us know in the comments. Let's see here. So that's basically where we're at now. I guess it's let's see. Bakamojo says generational EBT users announcing on their iPhones they intend to rob stores on the 1st. I feel bad for some people, but a lot of these fools clearly feel entitled and never intended to work. Well, yeah, and that's a part of the problem. But the problem is that not all EBT users are like that. And so they're going to make it bad for all the other EBT users. But let's see here. And thank you for that, Blackworth Blacklight, helping to keep the lights on. And so $4.99 for winning. That's winning.
Winning.
We got to get there. That's the key. Hold on. So let's add Bakamojo's, and that is a super chat, and that is for 5. So we're on the board after the first hour. So now the hope begins. We can do this, guys. If it's just I didn't bring that up because I wanted to be political on either side. It's just because when 14 million people lose access to food, that makes sense. Recon says EBT breakdowns equals free Jordans. And
a PS5.
Algorithm equals winner. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's one of the problems is that I think a lot of people are they're taking the attitude of, well, just suck it up. And that may not be the safest route, because some people actually do I'll just be, you guys have known that, my community has been my support for 2 years. And I took EBT, and so, we don't get a massive amount or anything, but the point is it will be canceled on November 1st. So that's a few $100s lost of spending. And we don't buy junk.
Get all these yahoos getting paid $176,000 and more.
Yeah, we get a lot. Like we're gonna be missing out on like $700 worth of food a month. Like it's not gonna be good.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's tough. But yeah, it's not just the
I have a feeling there's gonna be a run on
type of people. Yeah,
I have a feeling there's gonna be a run on food banks.
There's no way they can handle it. I mean, I've seen the food banks here. They're small. They'll get swamped within days. I would give it 3 days and they're swamped.
Yeah.
So this is going to have real effects, and it may have criminal effects, and we may have to deal with chaos, a little bit of chaos in the streets. Hopefully not too much, but maybe enough to finally scare Congress into doing something. But if they don't, and they want to, because it seems to me that their strategy on both sides is blame it on the other side, and hopefully whichever ones the voters get mad at will be the ones that give up. Yeah, Recklin Kisa says boomers are currently telling us pick up yourself up from your bootstraps. Well, what I suggest is this: if you do have EBT and you do have money left in your account, you may not be able to access it by November 1st. It may be completely gone. Buy staples that you need, like flour, coffee. Well, for us, it's coffee and creamer. It's like, sweetener, oil, dry milk, water, canned goods, dried goods, pickled goods, dried food. This was actually our shopping list. Canned vegetables, chili, soup, tomato, and canned foods that are healthy that can be mixed into other dishes are useful. Dry foods, oatmeal, flours, beans, lentils, rice, wheat, dry milk, yeast, nuts, palm. Use what you can, and bottled jams, things like that. If you have to do that, because basically these programs will shut down on Saturday. But that's all I can recommend. If people hear this and they're on EBT, you want to make sure you buy the safest and longest lasting foods possible.
Unfortunately, some people have babies and they have to pay for formula, and that's not cheap.
Yeah, for those, I would honestly suggest. I mean, I hate saying to do what other people do in other countries, but there's a brand of powdered whole milk called Nido. I think it's produced by Gerber. Nido, and the point is, it's NIDO. It's powdered whole milk. What other countries, the World Health Organization tells them others to do is to take 1 1/2 servings of powdered milk to 1 serving of water. And if you do that, you can use that basically as an enriched formula. Let's see.
You know
here.
what? Don't forget the days when women breastfed.
Yeah, that's another.
You-
That's another thing.
Well,
I mean, that's what they should be doing. They should be breastfeeding their babies.
I've been in some cultures where they kind of look at you crazy if you talk about formula. Like, why don't you just give them water? So
that's
I mean,
just water is dangerous.
Yeah, there's no nutrition in that, but breastfeeding is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are women who breastfed up to kids up to 3 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's actually that's nature. That's what God made man and made woman for, to feed their kids by breastfeeding. Yeah. My wife breastfed all of our kids.
Okay.
So anyway.
Balcamojo says, my family, when I was a kid on welfare for a few years, I do have sympathy for the struggle. I just mean it actually was a struggle and real efforts were made to change the situation. Well, that's the purpose of it, ultimately, is that it's supposed to be temporary and you have to do everything you can to get out of it. Ortho Pirate says, and this is interesting, member chat, he says, there isn't anything Congress can do to fix this problem. Gold revalued to $4,000 plus only means your dollar is fast on its way to being a crappy heating source.
Yep.
Oh, I think it can still get worse for a bit time yet. We're almost at hyperinflation, but right now we're just at really bad inflation. He said you can make your own formula. It's cheaper. Yeah, buy raw milk. It's cheaper and better than formula. Then you have to cook it a little bit, the raw milk, to get some of the water out to enrich it then. And you have to slow cook. Fund. And what kind of conversation are you on about? Oh, we've talked about a few different things, Orthodox traditionalists. We're on about this week's debate.
We're talking about EBT and SNAP and all that
we're right now talking about the end of EBT because it's basically probably, unless the government gets its act together, a lot of EBT in many states will just close down altogether.
I just got kicked from Luke's server again.
What?
I just got kicked from Luke's Discord again. So.
Oh, you did?
I'm not sure why. I posted I think it's because I posted the live thing that they could join, and then
link?
he kicked me. Yeah, I think he doesn't want them watching the stream, or I'm not really sure.
I think he's nervous. His cult is about to be exploded.
He was afraid I was about to mog him.
It might have been because it might have been because I freaking sent that image, and then everyone made fun of him. I mean that. Oh, well.
He's not coming out on his own. That's cowardly. Every mom should breastfeed. That's why we have God's divine design. That's Little Wing 7 there. Buy silver, which recommends Kisa says yes. If you can't afford gold, you can afford silver. If you can't afford Bitcoin, you can afford Litecoin. If you can't afford, having like the most secure premium accounts, you can always have cash. But cash won't last much longer. Right. But that's
pretty soon. We're going to all be on Alipay. It'll be all right.
Yeah, we're not. I would never do it. Finally, let's see. Orthodox Traditional says finally, no more buying black and milds from 7-Eleven with it. It's affecting more people than that. Ortho Pirate says you were kicked because he's manipulating you because he's a cult leader. I mean, I kind of
he knows he's losing his grip.
I think he's hoping for a really good showing on Saturday.
He kept banning me from his server, so he's the one who put me out of his grip. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
So I think that this is gonna. I have a very strong feeling this is going to be a very interesting Saturday debate.
What time is it?
8:30 Eastern, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's convinced that your audience will be hooked and surrender after a 30-minute presentation by him. He's very convinced.
Right, that's why he asked for a 30-minute presentation.
Well, but to be fair, he has. I mean,
so our eyes can glaze over while we're watching his eisegesis.
No. So that came from me. Did we officially grant that to him though?
No, we did. But he responded to it, and he was just like, "Well, if Joseph can't handle it, then he can do a 20-minute opening." And I was sitting here like, I just thought it was an insane request, and that's not your fault, Jacob, because you're used to watching 100-year-old debates apparently where they did those. But in the modern era, your average debate opening is 7 to 10 minutes.
And is he going to throw in the Pixar intro while he's at it? Dang.
No, but I might.
In the court of law too, the defense gets the last say in court. And there's a reason for that, because the last say has the most opportunity to influence the jury. So that's a fact.
Yeah. So
and that's actually why I didn't want to do like the standard thing of having like 5-minute rebuttal, 5-minute rebuttal, 5-minute rebuttal. I wanted to kind of just have the presentations and then just discuss the evidence and like the fathers and so forth, like just have an open discussion by that point.
Yeah. And one thing to understand,
I think that's more edifying than like 5-minute rebuttal, 5-minute rebuttal. No one gets it gets all confused. And, that's what I've noticed with debates.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it is like this. Basically, I think that I don't think he understands how we debate or how I debate. So I
don't know why y'all are so worried about Father Joseph.
What do you mean worried about?
Well, it just seems like Jacob and some others just worried about.
I think that Jacob is still, while he's getting out of it, he's explained this, while he's still getting out of it, he was still convinced that this man is like indefatigable, and actually he lost a debate to him. So I think it's
remember when Cleve's Antiquity lost to Dyer and then became a catechumen like a month later? That's kind of where I'm at with Luke. Is like he beat me so bad that I'm like, dang, maybe I was wrong.
No, that's not why Cleve converted.
Well, that's what it seemed like. That's because I was joking, but I still think Luke is pretty correct about the veiling. I don't know if I guess you're going to try to refute that he's even correct about it being the universal discipline of the fathers.
Yeah,
but
I am.
Based on his 2.5-hour video that I watched and some other people here have watched, it seems pretty convincing. So
the problem is that anyone can make a 2-hour video unopposed, and it can see
exactly. Yeah. Proverbs 18:17, right? Unless whoever speaks first seems right until someone comes and cross-examines him.
All right. Or the pirate with a member chat says, guys, I don't know how to say this, but all this Luke talk is making me think I need to surrender to him and join his basement group.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Is his basement in Florida?
Arkansas.
John Tillharden says 30-minute intro. That's crazy. Little Fish Big Mountain says no need for a bishop or presbyter or deacon or a living body of Christ. Just selecting old writings from the church writers you think are the ones to follow before the apostles.
So he has a whole system of explaining from the fathers like Saint Basil, Saint Athanasius, and stuff, where he's trying to say that lay people can offer the Eucharist, that they had like, because his theory really is that the church fell away at the Arian crisis and lost apostolic succession. That's what I wanted to debate. But he wanted to focus on the face veil, so we're doing the face veil first because.
And I'm okay with the face veil first because if I can help those families out that are they possibly getting an abusive mentality, I'm going to do it.
Well, that was actually what got me to stop going to my World Orthodox Church when I joined. I didn't really join Luke's group, by the way. All I did was hang out in his group. I was an inquirer, I guess you could say. But I was there for like 6 months until they finally got sick of me. But I actually might not have been 6, might have been 3 or 4. I don't know, but it was a few months. So anyway, they
I repeat, you have little faith, Jacob says little.
Yeah, well, hey, I just met you like 2 weeks ago, so I mean, I don't know if you're a good debater or not. What was I trying to say?
That's my son.
What got me to leave my World Orthodox Church?
Hey, God, hold on. When a kid asks for a blessing, may God bless you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
And he ran away.
It caught him anyway. Anyway.
I got a question. Is all this veiling a case of trying to save face?
That was funny. That was a legit dad joke. I'll take it. Anyway,
it would be if Luke started doing. You weren't here for this earlier, Father Boniface, but they were kind of poking fun at Luke's picture because he couldn't grow a beard. It would be if he started trying to say men need to veil their faces because he can't grow a beard to hide his shame.
well,
then your joke would make a lot of sense. That'd be good.
That would, that's kind of funny. But yeah, he was in the comment section while that happened, and I think he was too offended and left.
Sorry, I was being invaded.
I still don't know. Maybe he'll tell me why he banned me from kicked me from his Discord. He just said he had to kick me, so it's like the 8th time. It's okay. We're still friends.
So would it be worthwhile to ask Luke where he gets his authority?
Yeah. I was talking to another True Orthodox priest I know. I won't name him, but he was telling me like.
You already did last stream, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I screwed up, and I got. By the way, he actually texted me, so I shouldn't do that. So,
he got mad?
I mean, his epistle. Oh God, I'm gonna get in trouble now.
You're in trouble now, buddy.
Well, he's my friend. I don't want to. But I think that is a good point. Is like that his epistemology and his idea of what the church is probably where we really should be like discussing this. But Luke is insistent upon the face veil.
Well, since we've gone 15 minutes into the second hour, Orthodox traditionalists ask, "Who is Luke?" Luke is one of the heads of a group called the Anti-Nicene Christianity Group. We call him here the Anti-Nicene Christianity Group because that's what they really are. What was his name? He wanted to
Putman. Putman. Putman.
Okay, Luke Putman is the guy who is going to be debating on Saturday against me on how the nature of the veiling of women. Let me see here. Heaven's on fire. Heaven Rains Fire says, I'm heavily inquiring to genuine orthodoxy because the priest of my Antiochian would teach universalism and the deacons would teach branch theory. I live in Indiana. Where could I go? Check the maps that are in the description, both of them, and see what's closest to you. I know there's some True Orthodox in Indiana, but I don't know where. At least that used to be the case.
What part of Indiana is he in, north or south? I mean, is Minnesota really that far from North Indiana?
My geography is terrible, and once you get past the eastern seaboard, it all just gets glommed together in my mind. I mean, we can look at the map now. Let's see. We can do that. Give me a second. Let's go to the first map. Now that we have the map in an easy to find place. Well, we have maps in an easy to find place. So here's let's put one up, and then we will share the screen, and boom. Let's open that up, and let's go to.
Hey, Father, my other son made it down here. Can you give another blessing?
Oh, no problem. May God bless you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
There you
go. Okay,
and go to bed.
See.
I'll tell him to go to bed now.
Okay.
Or Michigan. That's when. I mean, Michigan, not Minnesota. Yeah, Michigan.
There's a lot in Michigan. If he's in northern Indiana, there's stuff in Tennessee. If he's
Don't go to Chicago.
If he's on the eastern part of Indiana, it might be best to go to Ohio or Michigan. Let me check the other map and see if I can find that. Hold on.
Oh, man, I don't know if I want to drive into Chicago or Cleveland or Detroit though. To be honest, if I was there, I don't know. I guess salvation is more important.
Let me see here on this map. Depending on where you are, let me switch to this. This is a different map with other people.
Hey, at least if you get shot in Detroit, it might be right after you get.
That's what I'm thinking, man. I mean, I guess I could be in a state of grace and die and go straight to heaven as a martyr.
Exactly.
Well, most of these are actually not terrible neighborhoods around the main cities. They're not actually in the main cities. Like in the Chicago area, there's a number of True Orthodox churches. But most of them aren't like in Chicago directly. Well, there are a couple though. Like, I mean, if you scroll, you'll see like they're like in Oak Lawn and Bridgeview and Hobart. So they're not exactly in Chicago, Des Plaines. And so, let me see here. Whoops. What do I do now? Okay. Let me see. And then we'll go to this one. Okay. This is all focused on Chicago. We should move a little out. Because we're talking
Little
about
Fish
Indiana.
wants me to respond to his comments, so just let me know.
Okay, hold on. Before we do that, Reconquista for $5. Thank you so much for $4.99. Helping keep the lights on. Father, I had a World Orthodox priest tell me the grays in my beard mean wisdom, But how do I know it's not a thyroid issue? Gray hairs are associated with thyroid issues. Also, early gray hairs can be genetic disposition. Sometimes that happens as well. Hold on one second, and
I know how to answer this.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish the comment. I was just.
Okay.
I was talking about the next comment, not this one.
Okay. And so Reconquista will be added to the board. So now we are $10 in. We just need 190 to go to make the goal. 150 to go for another half hour. Let's take a look here. All right, this is just the website again. Let's see. Even if a layman can.
In answer to Little Fish's question, oh, you got to pull it up first. My bad. Sorry.
Well, it says even if he claims a layman doesn't consecrate the Eucharist, it still doesn't follow. You don't need bishops and presbyters and deacons. Well, I wouldn't even go that far because I don't think the fathers do. They don't advocate for. They don't advocate for lay Eucharistic.
That's on the front page of his website. He addresses this question, and he doesn't go
that's why
full
you sent it to
into
me?
it. That's what I sent to you. The front. I mean, I would think for this, if you haven't read it, like his little statement of faith, his Nicene Creed is on there as well. I think that's kind of important. I think that the front page of his website is like a 5-minute read, I would say.
But wait, so he believes in the Nicene Creed, but at the
same
time,
he believes in it. He just doesn't accept that Constantine or any government office can be involved with the church, and that was apostasy.
So he's saying that the people have the say, not the government. So in other words, he's a Democrat Orthodox guy.
The congregation,
right?
Yeah, he would say that the bishops were elected by the people and therefore appointed by the government, like Saint Chrysostom would be invalid.
He's going into Protestantism, rebelling against authority. That's the power to the people.
Well, this is silly because like he's saying things like he's quoting Saint Cyprian out of context when he says, "Undoubtedly there are bishops made not by the will of God, but they are as such made outside the church. It's made contrary to the ordinance and tradition of the Gospels. The Lord Himself and the 12 prophets assert they have set up a king for themselves, and not by me." This is talking about heretical and schismatic hierarchies. It's not talking about the fact that that doesn't mean that there's no hierarchy. In other words, this is kind of goofy.
And I think this is his
Hilary
weakest
of
argument.
Poitiers against Constantinus, the episcopates, which are seen now have been completely destroyed by you, because there is no one who has not already condemned himself and not condemned the man from whom he received the priesthood. What remembrance of the saints will there be? That is so out of context. These are really, really out of context. And I assume he's quoting, he's quoting St. Vincent of Lérins, but then, rejects St. Vincent of Lérins when it suits him. So I don't think
St. Vincent says the church was reestablished after the Arian crisis, that God, in answer to the prayers of the martyrs, restored the episcopate.
Yeah. Little Fish Big Mountain says, even if he claims a layman can consecrate the Eucharist, it still doesn't play. Yeah, I read that one. Jacob. So Jacob, one thing I would here's my suggestion to you if you haven't done this already. Go over wherever you feel uncomfortable. Go over any of these quotes and look at the context. Read the paragraphs, the pages before them and after them. They're not saying what he's saying. He's misquoting them, just like.
Oh yeah, I know. I had a Catholic friend go through and do that, and he pointed out to me that it's mostly going against Luke's own arguments.
Wait, so what is he saying? That you don't need priests and bishops?
He's saying that the episcopate fell away by fraternizing with the government. Because
it's the standard
prohibited by canon
argument.
law. Well, no. But he actually believes. So what differentiates Luke, why his group even got my attention, is that he actually believes in the church fathers that there was an Orthodox. He's more of a Roman Catholic in his beliefs, and that's a side point. But anyway, he believes that there was a authoritative, one holy Catholic and apostolic church, which had the sacraments and the keys to heaven and so forth. But he believes that church fell away due to breaking its own canon laws in the 4th century.
There's a problem with that. There's a problem with that argument. And the problem is, if there was such a falling away, there would be evidence of it. But there is no evidence of it at all.
Yeah.
And so, he's just adding. I hate to say it, but that is Protestant. He's doing what many Baptists, etc., do with misquotes from the church fathers. He just doesn't want to admit it because then it would give away the game. He wants to pretend he's original, but he isn't.
He's
let me see. Ortho Pirate asks, who elected St. Timothy?
Paul.
That's the point. Yeah.
Wait, so I'm curious, like, what's his standard for thinking that the falling away was at that specific point in time? Like, why doesn't he just go back further?
The canon law about Constantine should never been in the church, he says. Therefore, yeah. He's citing like Hippolytus' apostolic canons, the apostolic constitutions.
The problem with this, once again, is that those things had force and order in the church, and he has to demonstrate the church fell away. It can't be like, I read back into this what I want, and therefore the church fell away. He has to prove the church fell away, and he didn't do that. Let's see.
So he's got 200 followers that are following him, and he feels like the big boss.
Yeah. And so let me see here. I've been talking to a lot of Matthewites, but I also want to speak to other genuine Orthodox. Thank you, Father. No problem. And it's good to do that. And, we like Matthewites too. I'm sad that they're not on this map. They really should be. Hold on. And so let's see.
Matthewites condemn everyone else? I don't know.
To this end,
I just found True Orthodoxy like 3 or 4 months ago, and it's been extremely confusing to me. So I mean,
well, there is the Florinite Matthewite division, but the overwhelming majority of True Orthodox are Florinites. But you don't want to. All of them were persecuted, and so one thing to keep in mind is we're not supposed to. I try to be, as charitable as possible. I have a lot of respect for Matthewites. I have friends among the Matthewites. My Matushka was a Matthewite, so I'm not going to, just attack them. I knew Father Anthony Gavalis, who became Metropolitan before he passed on. He was a kind and really wonderful person, and he had a lot of respect throughout True Orthodoxy. So I don't just want to be like, I'm not a debater a debater of parties. Orthodox traditionalist says, sounds like you're debating a tard, FJS. I feel it a little.
He may be, but like once you listen, I mean, that's the problem is once he gets it in your head and he's really eloquent, erudite, that's when it's like, huh.
Yeah, I don't believe, but based on what he said to us when he was here, I don't believe he's eloquent nor erudite.
Maybe I'm just crazy then, I don't know.
And it's not that you were crazy, it's that one can be charismatic.
Cult leaders have a way of doing that.
Yeah, it's just it's charisma, not because it's not a you problem. You were a normal person then. Or
there's the same arguments that you can use for like a private judgment and not adhering to the traditions of the church. It follows with him also, just like with the Protestants. The same arguments. It's like you're on your own, you're building your own following, and that speaks, and you're resisting the church. You're being heretical, and so that condenses down to pride and disobedience, and they need to be called up on that kind of stuff.
Yep. Let's see here. Little Fish Big Mountain says, when does he think the church came back into existence? Because he obviously doesn't have a connection to any.
He doesn't believe in restorationism. He just believes that there have been. He doesn't identify them, but he believes that there have been like the people had to fly into the wilderness, like in the Old Testament when the priests became corrupt. So
yeah,
he believes
but that would be monastic.
So like Shia Muslims and the hidden imam.
I don't know. No, I don't know anything about Shia Islam. I studied Sunni, but
they believe there's like a hidden imam that's like going to come back or something that like has the.
I don't. Why do we have to draw two cults like there's a comparison? There's, I don't know.
Or Luke is in his own world. Luke has more spine than Jay Dreyer. That's true. Yeah. Dyer just lies through his teeth. Speaking of Matthewites, Old Calendar Zealot recently posted a video about Kirill's brotherly interfaith ecumenism. I'd be curious to see if you respond if you want to. If it's not talking about us, no, I don't feel like giving that guy.
Old Calendar Zealot, he's a Matthewite. He condemns literally
he's not
all
a Matthewite.
True Orthodox.
He's not with anyone.
He condemns like all True Orthodox, doesn't he?
Yes, and he's
because I talked to him and he was like, "Yeah, the real church is like my bishop and a few other guys in the catacombs."
And guess what? Surprise! His bishop proposed. Now he's with no one.
So he's a sedevacantist.
No, he just has no bishop. But
no, I mean sedevacantist is vacant.
He's not even a sedevacantist. He was looking for excuses to condemn all of True Orthodoxy. He went as far as he could. The only other choice he has now is probably Gregory of Colorado, who probably won't take him. So
I actually found Gregory of Colorado when I researched True Orthodoxy. That's who I found first.
Yeah, that's what
So,
everyone.
yeah.
A lot of people found that first, and it's been a great.
Well, he owns the domain trueorthodoxy.org. You Google True
Yeah, but
Orthodoxy.
the smart thing to do would be to purchase something like trueorthodoxy.is.
It's all
or,
just search engine optimization for souls.
Yeah, I mean, if people wanted to do that, they could have done that.
Well, you're like
let's see.
2 or 3 in the results, so you know.
Yeah, that's because NFTU True Orthodox and
SEO.
Ecumenical News has always been. Well, no, we were actually we're a news domain according to Google News for decades now. That's something that we worked on. Heaven and Rains Fire says, does it seem that the world Orthodox are undeniably heading towards a one world religion? There's no hope for them. Rather, it must all depart from them. Yeah, I think there is no. I would say that the state of true Orthodoxy today is that we have enough people to keep growing. We have to go to bishops that are confessing the truth. Little Fish Big Mountain says, do these groups he says exist throughout the ages hold faith failing to be dogmatic?
He doesn't say there were groups throughout the ages.
Yeah,
somebody's finally making my point. It's not dogmatic, people.
Yeah.
He says that if there were true Christians, they were just isolated.
It's a part of practice, guys.
Yeah, they went from the true church to the invisible church.
I think he would affirm most of the monastics as being true Christians because they specifically fled Constantine and the worldliness of the mainline church. So I know he likes Saint Anthony the Great a lot.
Monastics fled because they didn't want to be associated with the world anymore.
Yeah, and they have monastics in their movement. They're not online as much, but they have pseudo monastics.
How can they have monastics when they don't even have bishops?
Well, they just have people who've devoted themselves to celibacy and that are.
Well, then they're just celibate.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, they live
to be a monk, one must be made a monk, and then they,
Well, they believe there haven't been valid bishops since the 4th century, or 5th century. So
it's just
then
they're hiding inside Hollow Earth.
Orthodox
are they getting visions?
Says, I wonder what Google
delusions
calls
of grandeur.
Your domain is probably pretty solid, and it gets a lot of hits. So let me just see what happens if I Google. I'm gonna just try Orthodox Traditionalist and see what happens. Okay, you popped up first as soon as I typed in Orthodox Traditionalist for Orthodox Traditionalist publications, and you popped up right at the top of the list. Let me see Orthodox Wiki.
Well, he's a youngin'. He knows how to do all that stuff.
Yeah, so your website's actually pretty good on optimization. So that's and we got a bad hit when the NFT craze happened. Oh, that was a disaster. There are still NFT companies writing me trying to,
non-fungible tokens.
Yeah. Let's see. But do we pray they do not follow the Antichrist, or do we understand it's inevitable? It's not inevitable because we don't know if the Antichrist is here. And so it could just be that they fall away into this one world religion, and those were globally opposed to it among all those religions.
Well, they're already setting themselves up. That's the point. Antichrist literally means instead of Christ.
Yeah.
So anything outside the church is what? Antichrist.
Yeah. Sounds like OB, LOL. I assume he means old believers. Wow, okay. Father Methodius just posted today that 3 young men who went to his parish today were
I was going to bring that up.
World Orthodox. Antiochians and Goards communed them, and they were offended he wouldn't. Wow, that's big.
Apparently, they didn't do the research.
Well, thank God, but they learned a lesson today. They were educated today. And Orthodox Traditionalist Publications just put up a bunch of trophies. Once again, help us keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net with various options like PayPal, Cash App, BTC, LTC, or XMR, or on Give Send Go. Just look in the description.
So I want to know.
It's the end of the month. And so, right now we're currently at $10 of our $190 goal. So God willing, and there's probably going to be another thing. I know Father Boniface talked to me earlier today about the something that's coming up. There may be a new Give Send Go for more people to help out with other things.
Yeah.
But if you hear on NFTU, if you want to help out, please consider it.
Subdeacon, I want to know when Father Stephen brought up Father Joseph's name. Did you chuckle a little bit?
Oh, I chuckled. I chuckled at the beginning of the stream. I put it on.
Well, I briefly saw that, but could you review that for me?
Oh, what the thing that I put up?
But traditional Western, what he said, or what was the thing about that?
The
Western Orthodoxy.
Because it was a comment about
covert modernism.
Yeah, considered Western right covert modernism. Give me a moment. Let me go to history and see if I can pull it up that way.
What's everybody's problem with Western right? I don't get it.
Okay, well, first off, a great Western right video was released today, actually. Bishop Lazar of Niagara actually did a Sarum Rite liturgy in his chapel in the monastery. And it was very nice sounding, very pleasant. And I think most of the Orthodox people who saw it when I spread it were actually happy to see it because
can you link that in the chat?
Bishop Lazar, yeah,
can you link that in the chat, the Sarum Rite liturgy? Because I've never seen one.
Yeah, that's no problem. Hold on, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see.
Because I've been to the liturgy of Saint Gregory in Western Orthodoxy, but
he has a live stream, doesn't he, Father? When he does it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Let me see if I can find it.
He sings beautifully. He used to be at Jordanville and was in charge.
He was a head of he took
choir master. Yeah,
choir master in Jordanville. Well, I can share it. Hold on. And it's he does because he uses the Byzantine liturgy and ancient Western liturgy. Think St. Basil's liturgy. Like he goes through different ones. So hold on.
I mean, what do they think so modernist about it? I don't get it.
Well, no. The way that
he wasn't opposed to it.
Well, the way World Orthodox do Western Rite, it is literally Roman Catholicism and Anglicanism. Like he's actually right.
Oh yeah, with the Antiochians, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen that.
And the RoCor Western Rite is just the Antiochian Western Rite in a different form.
No, I've been to the RoCor Western Rite. It's very different than Antiochian.
Depends on there's two different kinds of Antiochian Western Rite. There's the Gregorian.
I know your priest that did it, buddy. He was a former Anglican.
So.
Yeah, but there's let Father Joseph finish that comment.
Yeah, the point is that there's two different uses of Western Rite and the Antiochians, and the Russians have the same. The RoCor MP has the same thing. So you'll find that some celebrate like Anglicans, some celebrate like Roman Catholics, but none of them celebrate like us. Because we do things authentically and it's not a stage. But let's fast forward past this.
That's what shocks me about Father Stephen.
Well, I don't think Father Stephen was trying to be mean.
He wasn't being malicious, Father.
Yeah, it was actually a comment about what somebody else said because somebody else was talking about this Antiochian stuff. And if you see the full let me put it on.
I got you. Yeah,
I can find
because he knows
context.
us.
Yeah,
I'll
find the full context, and you'll see it was nothing harmful or anything like that.
Yeah, right.
With me for saying that.
Yeah.
And Bishop Gregory was very calm, and Bishop Gregory's staff. He has family in New Orleans, and he will meet you in August when he comes to visit his family. So we met Father Nikifor, who was tonsured, I believe, at Jordanville. He'd also spent a lot of time in the mission in Jerusalem, and he was back in New York working for the St. Philaret's administration. And he came and he served liturgies at his sister's home in New Orleans. And so we went to a vigil for Transfiguration. Then the following Sunday before Dormition, we went to the liturgy at his sister's home on Sunday after Sunday. Then after liturgy on Sunday, he sat us down and he said, "Okay, you're going to be the priest here." And this is quite the story. Up in the attic here, I have vestments, books, icons, everything you need, chalice set, everything you need. You're all set up. So he was very eager to have a mission in New Orleans for his family. And so this is how it came about. And then he subsequently, Bishop Gregory, I went up for an interview with Bishop Gregory. Bishop Gregory is very thorough. He's very kind and spent a lot of time with me. By the way, that one visit for St. John of Kronstadt Day in the fall of '85 is the one time I met St. Philaret. I received his blessing. It was shortly before his repose in November of '85. And then the day after liturgy at St. John Kronstadt, St. Bishop Gregory interviewed me. He said, "Well, you're not ready to be a priest." And I said, "I know. I don't. We want to have a reader's mission." Then Father Nikifor came in the room and he said, "Ladika, I want a priest in New Orleans by Christmas." I thought, of course, I was terrified. Here's this young newbie, right, surrounded by these Russians and I was terrified already just being surrounded by the Russianness of the whole thing and the holy grandeur of the whole thing. And I knew who Gregory Grabe was. I knew that he had, was a legendary figure, and Saint Philaret was a saint. We already knew, he was a saint. And so I was already terrified and crushed and humiliated by being in this environment. And I was ready to do anything. I was doing anything they told me almost, And Bishop Gregory was very calm, and he just pulled out his little black appointment book, and he said, He said, the Feast of the Kursk Icon, December 10th, New Style. That's a beautiful day to become a priest. We'll make you a deacon on December 8th and a priest on December 10th. I tell people that was my mystical call to the priesthood, right? The Harmach yelling at the bishop and strong arming him into ordaining the unprepared idiot, right? And so it was in obviously, objectively speaking, it was from the outside a highly imprudent decision. I mean, if I'd been he, I wouldn't have done it. But by the grace of God, by some miracle of God, I'm still in the church and still a priest. But I don't recommend anyone pursuing the priesthood in this way. Right. It's not.
Yeah, I don't think that's standard. I don't think
that's not SOP at all. Right.
I don't think you're going to be doing that to our metropolitan.
It's kind of a no. Our metropolitan's very, very careful, and thank God. Thank God he's careful. Yeah, and also, the Russians had many beautiful qualities. Many beautiful qualities. We learned a lot from them. We still love them very much, but the Russians have a weakness in ordaining people under the canonical age. I was only 28.
Oh.
When I was ordained the priesthood, yes. Yeah.
I've seen that in a lot of jurisdictions. I think I even know one that was like 25. He was ordained.
Well, we had very prominent archpriests, Father Peter Krestov in San Francisco and Father Alexander Lebedev in Los Angeles. Very prominent archpriests ordained at 22 or 23. Yeah. Wow. So I'm not recommending that. I'm just saying when we think of the Russian Church abroad, people tend to think now of in a rosy light, of all saints, and holiness and so forth. But the Russian Church abroad was just a real church. It wasn't some super Orthodox sect where everything was pure, right? It was a real church with great holiness and also rough edges and all kinds of people in it. And that's why I benefited. One reason I really liked the Russian Church abroad is that it was just a regular church. It wasn't some like some intentional super formed community where everybody thought the same. There's a lot of the whole spectrum of people, personalities, and so forth. So so we ended up in the mission in New Orleans didn't work out. We ended up in Denver with and at that time in Denver, and we moved to Denver in '87, the fall of '87. And at first, we did a small English language mission with Father Alexei Young. I think many people have heard of him. He was a co-worker with Seraphim Rose and the editor of Orthodox America. A nice little newspaper we had for that whole decade of the 80s and 90s. We had that Orthodox America going there. And Father Alexei was deeply involved in that. He wrote for it. He was the editor for it. And he had a lot of stories. Of course, he'd been with the Platina Fathers from 70 until Father Seraphim's repose in 82. So he had a lot of stories about Platina, good and bad, to put in perspective. He gave me a very realistic picture of Platina. And so did Father Vladimir Anderson. Another friend of mine is Father Vladimir Anderson, God rest his soul, eternal memory to him. He was in Willits, California. And if you read that biography of Seraphim Rose, a big fat biography that Father Damascene wrote of Seraphim Rose, see, the Andersons were the father's first converts. So Father Vladimir had known Father Seraphim, Father Herman, even before Father Alexei, before his era, the era of Father Alexei. And Father Vladimir also gave me inspiring but also very realistic pictures of what went on at Platina. So that's why I have a very deep gratitude to Father Seraphim and even to Father Herman for the work they did, the amazing work they did, what they accomplished. I tell people, if it weren't for Boston and Platina, we wouldn't have traditional convert orthodoxy in America. Whatever their faults were, whatever the later falls and tragedies of Boston and Platina weren't for them, we American converts wouldn't have had traditional orthodoxy, English language. We wouldn't have had English language orthodoxy. Anyway, so Father Alexei gave me a lot of beautiful influence and formation. Then in '89, unfortunately, he got tempted and joined the Antiochian Church because he wanted to do Western Rite. And Vladika Lippi, God rest his soul, he was my bishop. We were under Chicago at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't allow the Western Rite. He said, and Bishop Lippi would say, the Western Rite is covert modernism. And which, in retrospect, I think maybe he's mostly right. But Father Joseph Sweden won't be happy with me for saying that. But
yeah, well,
but
look at
And I took that personally.
Antiochian Western Rite nowadays, I guess.
Well, Antiochian Western Rite is crazy. It's either 1928 prayer book or Tridental Catholicism.
Yep.
At best, So Father Lexi got tempted from in '89 to '96. He was with the Antiochians. Can we pause a minute? I need to plug in my computer.
No problem, Father. So yeah, that was the quote, and
That's the context.
what he said was absolutely correct. Because the Western
I agree.
Rite there, that's
I agree.
exactly what it is. Let's see here. So what I would say is, if you want to see what a really Orthodox Western Rite is, you can see Bishop Lazar doing the serum on the
please
Monastery
send me
channel.
that because I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Why would you be offended about Antiochian Western Rite?
I wouldn't, but I think it's because
It's
they
so
think
pretty though. Oh, man, I love the Antioch.
it
looks so good.
No, it's not.
It's like
Here,
I don't know, but I'm a big traditional Latin. When I go to Catholic church, it's like the traditional Latin mass. So I mean, I like the Latin.
Bless your heart.
Well, yeah, the reason you like it is because you don't know what it's based on. Like, in other words, the Latin Mass is a derivative of the pre-schism Mass, and the Anglican is a derivative of that. So let me send you a link here. Hold on, because it's actually really beautiful. It's much more similar to what we do at the Abbey and what Father Boniface does. Give me just a second, and I'll just send that link to the private. Well,
I did. I did the Latin Mass, the traditional Mass, and I did the not Mass, which is the English version of the Tridentine Mass. I did them both. And the thing again is that they're okay, but there's the body of knowledge that is behind those masses that's lacking. And then Father Joseph has said already in the past that, they've stripped away a lot of their sequences. A lot of the prayers have been stripped away. And that would also relate to the Psalter. They're going to strip away antiphons and certain things which are deeply rooted in the faith. And so they're watering down, even with their masses the way they are. It's still in the process of getting watered down in the whole body of their doctrine and in their liturgy, and that's a lot of the problem right there. And then our struggle is to get the information out of what we are, that we're reestablishing that old identity.
Now, one thing that I will say is that Vladika Lazar in this video, he's wearing Eastern vestments, but I think that's more of a general comfort thing because, as you know, vesting prayers can be separated out, and so if he's just doing with Eastern vestments 3 weeks out of the 4, he probably just puts on the Eastern vestments and does the rest of the service the same because the vestments don't actually make a difference in the celebration of the service. Let me see here. Let's get to comments. Speaking of the month, Father, please confirm or deny modern Halloween is not to be celebrated by Orthodox. I do not believe Halloween should be celebrated by Orthodox. I think most, if not all, of the clergy of the True Orthodox and of the bishops of the True Orthodox would say that. There's no point to it.
Sorry,
huh?
I didn't mean to cut you off, but what about All Saints Day?
Well, All Saints Day is not Halloween.
November
first off, it would be November 14th on the Gregorian calendar. So
is there okay? So do you have a Western Rite calendar?
On the Western Rite calendar, it falls on the November 14th Gregorian,
which is the original date, isn't it?
So confusing.
Yeah, that's the original date of the West.
Day for the Catholics right now. But
the Roman Catholics were the one who moved it.
Yeah. It was actually moved before the Roman Catholics in the West, but it was to combat Samhain. So that part's true. But because it was originally the Eastern date and then moved in the West to combat Samhain, particularly in Ireland.
So was that early?
Huh. It was that early, yeah. It was like 8th, 9th century they moved it.
Okay.
But All Saints Day is a movable date, unlike on the sun in the East, it's on a Sunday because it falls when it's a few Sundays after Pascha. But the point is that so it's always celebrated every year on the same day, whereas a weekday service of All Saints in the Western Rite is not considered. I don't know what's the level of feast that is, Father.
Oh, I don't have my calendar in front of me. What level it is?
Okay,
I need to take a look at it.
It could be a single or a double, but I think it's actually a single.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like that's the
Let me
thing
go
right now.
let me
When
go
I'm
take a look.
inquiring, since I got, I don't think I intended to. Well, I don't know. I can't say whether I intended to leave or not World Orthodoxy, but since I got moved out of that World Orthodox parish, right after that is when I found the Western Rite, and also my other Orthodox parish is Western Rite parish. The thing for me has been with me inquiring, trying to get out of Luke's group and calm myself into the real church. One of the things for me has been like the difference between the Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church is there's like different saints days, and so for me inquiring both of them, I don't know, I can't really liturgically observe anything. Because, like last year, I did I think I did 2 Christmas observances because there's like the Orthodox Christmas was like 14 days after the Catholic one. It's just confusing.
Well, you just want to go with the nativity, just the celebration. Of
yeah,
the
but there's
nativity.
no
By the way,
unified
I'm going to put in the
calendar.
Father
That's
Stephen
the
interview also.
Infuriating to me.
I'm going to put that in.
Well,
link
if
to
you're
that.
with the True Orthodox, we got one Christmas.
Yeah,
but do you have like
celebrates
a Western calendar with Western saints? Because the
yes, we have a Western calendar.
the
with
standard
Western
Rocor
saints.
calendar will throw in like Saint Patrick and like Saint Agnes, but that's about it. And it's like
no, the Metropolia's Western Rite calendar is a Roman calendar. It's an Anglo-Roman.
Did you send that in the chat?
I don't know where that is. Yeah, I have it on. I have a physical copy on my website.
Yeah, I was about to go study a bit on Saint Alfred because it's Saint Alfred's Day, at least. I understand
you reached out to Bishop Enoch. He could get you a copy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Let's see. There's a Monophysite at my work. He's a nice guy. He offered me bread, not to blessed or prayed over. And he said he prays the Psalms while making it. Is it wrong to eat it? I'd bless it at least.
You should always pray before you eat anything.
Now, keep in mind that when you're talking about canons of gifts from the heretics, like, was that supposed to be church bread? Because if it is, then you probably shouldn't. Like, because it's kind of like he's giving you a religious item for consumption.
Hey, Father, let me ask you a question. This is relevant too. One of Luke's guys was messaging me saying like, man, I hope we can be friends someday. And I told him like Saint Chrysostom. I think I had a quote from Saint John Chrysostom where he said that you can't even befriend heretics. Is that true?
Yeah, in general, I mean, if you're knowledgeable that they're heretics, etc., you shouldn't be making friends with them. Is the point?
Okay.
If somebody wants to be friends, you can offer to talk to them about orthodoxy.
My best friend is a hyper Vatican II semi-trad Catholic. He's the only Christian friend I have. That's why I dropped all my other friends because they weren't even Christian.
Well, yeah, he may want to drop you after after a while.
He told me I'm going to hell for rejecting Vatican II. I'm so blown away by this. And we went to a traditional Latin mass and he hated it. It was so bizarre, man. Vatican II people.
That is weird.
Bro, what about Vatican III?
Vatican III, exactly, yeah.
Father Joseph Sweaty, did you ever finish the letters book? If you caught the beginning of the stream, like almost every day I've been driving like for errands all day, and that doesn't look like that's going to stop anytime soon. Right after Tuesday's show, believe it or not, I will have a doctor's appointment I have to go to. Yes, a doctor's appointment at 10:30 at night is actually a thing apparently with MRI machines. It is insane how busy it's been. And that's why, it's not just me, it's, people in the church throughout. So I'm going to throw this out there because we got another 5-7 minutes or so. Help keep the lights on. Support us by subscribing or donating at NFTU.net. Okay. Wait, someone sent in something. Hopefully this is a trend. So thank you so much. Give me one moment. DA, I will update this. I just received a $10 Cash App. So thank you for helping keep the lights on.
Sorry.
What?
I was just laughing at the comment. Sorry, Vatican III.
I'll get to it. You're making my job hard by getting
to
the latest comment. I got to go in a row. I got to go in a row. So yeah, we are now at 180 for a goal, and we're currently at $20 for the night. So again, we could really use it. Because I'm trying to just do everything as fast as I can, and it's not easy. All right, so let me see here. Okay. The chap. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let me see here. How far is this? Where are we? Bishop Baliki has been doing his father's a deacon, death to compromise, building a mission. Okay, that's the thyroid thing. We read this one. Hold on. Just daughter less for his teeth. Yeah, okay, skipping that. Do these groups he says exist throughout the ages hold faith failing to be dogmatic? Yeah, that's his claim, which is ridiculous and will be.
His claim is that was the Ante-Nicene Fathers, and actually,
even
he also cites Saint Ambrose, Saint Jerome, Saint John Chrysostom.
Oh yeah, right.
Allegedly,
But
Saint Basil.
Jacob, I'll tell you, a well-crafted lie is still a lie.
Wait for the debate. Yeah.
And so World Orthodox is already part of the. We read this one. I wonder. We've read these. I'm going as fast as I can. Did I? Father Joseph Swain, did you ever finish the letters book? I haven't even been able to open it. Little Wing with a member chat says, "Don't celebrate Halloween." I think we all agree on that one. What Archbishop Lippi said. Orthodox Church reading History of Resistance. Glory to God to hear. Good. Heaven Rains Fire. Speaking of curse root, my boss's wife gave birth today, and he was bleeding profusely, and I quickly ran and gave him a copy of the curse root, and minutes later the bleeding suddenly stopped. Glory to God. Wow, glory to God. That's awesome. Let's take a look here. Atomic Lead says, LOL. Vigilant Christian says, books written about the old calendar resistance, conveniently leaving out anything to do with the Matthewites. As I mentioned, right now, currently the best history book is The Struggle Against Ecumenism overall. Because it does mention both the Floronites and the Matthewites. There are other books as well, that some of which you can find, like 25 years of. I'm trying to remember the book that was written by Bishop Macarius of Petra, and it was I think it was like 30 years of trial or something like that. But that one again mentions both. World Orthodox Western that I've seen also advocate sacred heart devotion and do all sorts of weird stuff. Absolutely. The pre-schism services do not have anything like that. That's all modern garbage. Then again, the GOCK slanders the Matthewites, Vigilant Christian 64. Well, I think that they, everyone is doing a little slander all around, but I think people are getting better at it. And then, Atomic Lee says, why is it so hard to grasp that Tridentism without the Filioque isn't orthodoxy? If it's all you know. Jacob, I highly recommend, if you saw the link to the service, I highly recommend watching it. Orthodox Spiritualist says, the subdeacon in the VA Antiochian Church calls himself a crypto-papist outright. They got all that papist garbage. Great. Elevation Monastery says, blessings. Okay, Vladika Lazar, blessings. Where the money's at? Yeah, we need an 11 p.m. show. Come on, guys. Elevation Monastery says, the chapel is dark in the beginning until the Alleluia. The vestments I wear are indeed Western, but they are very ornate, giving the impression that they are Eastern. Okay, that makes sense. And he says, I wear Eastern vestments for the Chrysostom and Judean St. James liturgies. Okay. And he said, yes, Father, it has the seal on it, or it wasn't Prosper Antidoron or anything. I was unsure. Got asked Stuart Metal about Vatican III. Oh, wow. Thank you again. DA strikes again with another. Whoa. Okay, wait. Things are happening. Hold on. We got to move this. DA strikes again with another $10, putting this now at $30. And we are now down to a goal of 170. So let's save that and put that on the screen. But I just got something else going. I saw something here. Whoa. Okay. Aha, hold on. JH has given a donation of $100 via PayPal. So we are now at, give me one moment, $130. And that leaves just 70. If we can get 20 more dollars in just 2 minutes, we will go to another till 11 o'clock. So
if somebody donate $35, I'll match it.
Okay, Tom Katsafanis has donated $7 super sticker for $6.99. And wait, hold on. Yeah, that's okay. Hold on. So that one is a super sticker. Let's put that one up. Thank you so much for that, Tom. And I am gonna put that up. So TK puts up 7. So now we're at 137 with 2 minutes to go. This is quite the jump. So let's go here.
Hey, remember if you say Luke, I am your father next weekend, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say that at the end. I have to remind myself to work in Luke, I am your father. I think that would be really funny.
You actually have to tell him to flee from heresy and then be like, run, Luke, run.
Oh man. Okay. So
Search your feelings.
Okay, so I gotta edit this.
Search the fathers, you know it to be true.
But we're just $13 away. And I will even allow an extra 2 minutes. $13 away to hit the half-hour goal. So let's see if we can do it. Okay.
Veil your face, you must.
And we'll have nonstop Star Wars references until then. Heaven reigns fire says, Father bless me. God bless
Face your fears, you must.
Rita John says, keep the money train going. All right.
I know some
555 says, it's my
I know
birthday.
some Luke lore. I'll share it if the stream goes on for another half hour. How about that? I know some Luke lore about him in Star Wars.
We can do it. It is now 10:30. So I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes.
We'll see.
Because if we could just get $13, we will go till 11.
Donate, you must.
Donate the $13.
Tom Katsafanas comes out with a $13.99 super sticker.
Oh no!
We are going to 11. Now we can go to if we get another 50. Oh my goodness, we're getting hit with things now. This is getting crazy. Hold on.
They just like the Yoda voice.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the Luke lore, guys. Hang on.
All right. So we're gonna go to this is now currently at it is now currently
donate your entire paycheck, you must.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Especially with EBT. But yeah, so Tom just went up to he added 14, so $21. This is where we are now. Now if we can make it to 200 just with $49 to go, we will go till 11:30. 14 Canadian in. You have Little Wing says, thank you. Wow, awesome guys. I agree. Thank you for the super sticker, Tom. We have now gone and thank you. God bless you. God bless you, Tom. And let's see what else we got here. What I just heard some noise. Okay. Let me see.
Donate you must, or dark side you will find.
Okay, so MC gave us 15. So that's gonna this is going in. So we might make it to 11:30, guys. Hold on. We're gonna because we add the 15 from MC.
Stupid math.
John, have you seen the prequels?
Yeah, I have.
Unfortunately.
I got one for you.
Wait, the prequels are the good ones. What are you talking about?
Pride leads to quote mining. Quote mining leads to heresy. Heresy leads to hell.
What on earth is going on here? Okay, so that puts us
quote
at
mining leads to dark side.
166. This is crazy.
Luke leads to the dark side.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I just found the lore on
I did it wrong.
Past regarding Star Wars, so I'll share that.
Now you have to reverse to your math, Father.
Yeah, I have to reverse the math. 49 minus 14 is $35 left. So let me fix that, and we are currently at 1. I'm so confused.
Oh my God, it's 8 years old.
Hey, was Yoda Chalcedonian though? Do you think Yoda stuck to the Council of Chalcedon? He was like,
yes, he was.
No more.
True natures Christ has.
What the heck is going on here? All right, hold on. And now it looks like, okay, DA sent us another 15 with the message, let's go. So we are now down to $20. Hold on, but somebody else said something, so this is crazy.
Apparently, you have to throw out more Yoda voice.
So that is 35 on DA's part. Thank you so much for your kindness. And let's put that up adjusted. But there is one more, and I just got another. Is this another? Wait, what the heck? Let me just check.
Father's having a good problem right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. So, all right.
And
so
next time they say TO is too small. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well,
oh, yeah, we're so small. Yeah, right.
Let me see here.
If they say TO is too small, you're like, judge me by my size, do you?
Evan Rains Fire says, would you consider certain TV shows or movies, like Star Wars, not the new ones, edifying? Some have visual value. I mean, it's stuff that you want to, really carefully evaluate. There are actually some religious, what do you call it, rating
Undertones.
sites. Yeah, and there's rating sites, but sometimes people get things wrong. For example, what was that? The new anime that was on Netflix that was really big. It was like Demon Slayer Band or something. I forget what it was. But and everyone was like, "Oh, this is a great and positive movie."
My spiritual father told me not to watch Game of Thrones. I'm glad he did.
Well, I think your spiritual father just has
there's
good
really
taste.
bad immodesty in all anime, and I would say even Star Wars. But I'm not going to debate on this. Luke and I are in agreement on this. Actually, you shouldn't watch any movies. But
yeah, no, there's definitely Star Wars. Actually, the original trilogy had Christian undertones. George Lucas,
but
near the end, it kind of
the
became
Jedi though with the freaking immodesty. It's really bad. You should look at that. So,
have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Mallechius the Fourth?
So yeah, I mean, Luke and I had this is the first conversation me and Luke ever had. Actually, I think, and we were discussing Star Wars. And he gave up being so he was a Star Wars reviewer before he was a Christian YouTuber. He was a Star Wars reviewer, and he actually quit Star Wars particularly because of the immodesty in the scenes that George Lucas put in. And I
especially Princess Leia and that Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I watched Return of the Jedi and I had to look away for the first whole half hour of the movie because it was just a ridiculous pornographic nonsense. So. That's my stance.
I watched that in the theaters as a little kid. So
I'm just saying, 80s and cocaine did a lot of crazy
I hope that's not super controversial. You shouldn't look at women in bikinis, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I know. I think bikinis
just don't go to Mykonos.
Controversial.
And anime is all degenerate. I'll fight anybody on that. I quit anime myself because anime is all degenerate, disgusting. It's all pornographic.
All right, so let me see here. So a little bit Fish McMountain is saying, so to be clear, you're saying I shouldn't eat the monophysite bread with the seal on it, even if it is an antithedon, but just bread he prayed the Psalms while making for use during his fast. Yeah, I would say probably not. Most likely that was intended to be antithedon and it was a rejected loaf. I just wouldn't. I don't understand
rejected monophysite loaf.
Yeah, why can't he just eat it with some jelly or something? Just it's okay. He can do that. If he's rejecting his bread, let him do that.
Irish butter is better.
Yeah, he does make prospera for his parish sometimes. I know, yeah, but it's not his job to give you his church's prospera, or even be his friends. I mean, again, that's the whole thing is if you are honest and have conviction in your faith, your friend might not want to be.
Well, I mean, look at Jacob here. I mean, he befriended Luke and see how misled he got.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Game of Thrones is horrible and degenerate, and I agree. No anime is not somewhat degenerate at best. Yeah, I think so. Orthodox Traditionalist says, so what books you all reading right now? Well,
all your books, buddy.
Yeah, they're all I'm reading one of your books. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
I had to pay somebody to read your books because you don't have Kindle editions.
So if let's see here. If
I have another Star Wars reference for you.
Oh no.
Oh, it used to be the Star Wars reviewer. Interesting. But okay.
Yeah, that was the Luke lore I wanted to unveil if we got the money. Because his Star Wars reviews are so much like his religious videos.
I'm more of a Lord of the Rings guy.
Down on he's better than everyone else, and it's so funny. It's but you have to. I guess it wouldn't make sense to you unless you've seen Luke's videos, though. But
what does he do? Does he think that the Disney movies are good or something?
No, he got his start on YouTube.
Not anymore.
Bashing Star Wars as Pawn Story Games. He was a gaming and culture YouTuber, and then he gave all that up after.
This all makes sense now.
Yeah. So he was one of those he
lost to Dungeons and Dragons, didn't he?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I'm updating this because now that I've done the actual math, we're actually only at $19 to gold. So I'm just terrible at math, and I have fixed that. That's it. So that's it, guys. We're at $19. Can we stay till 11:30? It's up to you. Let me see. Heaven Rains Fire. It's okay not to be his friend. I'm just asking. I'm willing to do what I must. I'm just saying it will. Unfortunately, they do kind of preach against orthodoxy. The Council of Chalcedon is wrong, and so
I would just be fearful of undue influence. Some stuff that you. I mean, when you hang out with people, you kind of unintentionally
You take on characteristics of your peer group. This
Yeah,
is known as you know
that's what-
you
That's why I
are
don't
you
have any
are
friends.
judged by the huh?
That's
that's
why I don't
because you
have
drink
any
too much
friends.
coffee, homie. Nobody can keep up with you.
Yeah.
That's why
Many
I'm just an
World
echo
Orthodox-
chamber of autism.
Well, I mean, everyone I talk to is either a trad calf or a true Orthodox or one of Luke's people now. So I'm in a chamber of 3 chambers of autism, and they're all threatening me, and it's all fun. Well, they're not threatening me.
We didn't
Based.
threaten you.
Autism is dangerous, bro.
The Catholics are really big on like repent and become Catholic right now or go to hell, but I haven't experienced that with everyone else as much. That's
Yeah,
Repent,
because
bro.
we know we have the truth, so we get mad if someone
It's
leaves.
only
but that's
specifically the
just
trad
'cause
calves that are hard on me. Like, you need to freaking become Catholic right now. They'll be like, Jacob, recognize your destiny. You're an Italian. You're meant to be Catholic. You know. that
Yeah,
sort of
okay,
thing.
whatever.
Recognize your
I do think
Yeah, I was
God
once
brought me to
brought
the
into,
I
like-
do think God brought me the Western Rite though, because that was when I discovered the Western Rite. When I left the Eastern Rite World Orthodox Church, I just fell in love with the Western Rite because that was.
But you haven't really discovered the Western Rite because you haven't
Yeah,
gone.
you've only
I guess
discovered-
not, but I prefer
you've
the
discovered
traditional
the
Latin
modern
Mass.
Western Rite. But think about it: if you like the modern Western Rite, maybe you'll like the real Western
You
Rite
covert
even more.
modernist, you.
Yeah, I'm a covert
How
modernist.
different is the how different is the Western Rite chant tone to like
The chant
Latin
tone,
Mass?
believe it or not, is if they're using a traditional chant tone in an Antiochian Western Rite, that's one of the few things they got right. So musically,
What?
if you're learning like what they use in the Western Rite, seeing our Western Rite, it will actually help you. But you won't know everything because
So-
you won't know the sequence music.
So like
you
the
know, you won't-
Paschal tone. Sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
cut you off.
similar.
Yeah, so like the
That's
Paschal tone for like the Kyrie eleison's the same.
Yeah, there.
Oh
Oh,
man,
cool.
I love that. It's from I learned about it from a game actually. I was hoping it was the same. It's Medieval 2 Total War.
All right. So, okay. Yeah, that it's funny. A lot of these games are teaching people about Orthodoxy. It's great. What was the other
but
one?
you gotta-
Not the Skyrim, but similar. Like you can become like a Byzantine emperor or something.
Crusader Kings.
Crusader Kings. There you go.
That's what got me into religion, was playing those strategy games. But I
Oh,
had to
Hearthstone.
give it up because it was such a waste of time. Like when I could be studying and reading the scriptures, so I gave that stuff up. That would be my advice to anyone else: is give up video
All right, so-
games and take up reading.
Nerds.
getting the last comments up we got so far. Many World Orthodox, especially the ones at the Antiochian Church, specifically encouraged me not to study theology and to look at St. Palamas and St. Gregory Palamas and Dionysius. I'd rather read simple stuff, even fiction. Disagree. That's weird.
Father Sarah from Rose commented on this.
Yeah. Father Matishka Stephanie says, finished Soul After Death, now reading History of Resistance, like reading OTP articles too. Thank you for all your research and writing. Let's see here. Little Fish McMountain says, thankfully, I was able to show him the errors of my crypto restorationist non-denom cult who he almost sent his daughter to the school of. Well, that's good. At least you were able to
Luke's
be
cult?
Yeah.
Is it Luke's
Man,
cult?
I'm so old school. I put OTP's blog on my RSS reader.
Oh, wow.
Bruh. You know who
Alright.
originally made me aware of Orthodoxy?
Hmm.
Brother Nathaniel.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
no, not that guy.
Him or Jay Dyer, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
know.
the Jews.
I said that in the last
Let's
stream. I was
talk
like,
Yeah,
about
look
the
at it. Look
real
at this.
Jew reviews.
Look at this punum. That's a name for a
Chucky
face.
Schumer.
It's like he's like, he used to be less like zippy about it, like years and years and years ago, and he got more and more zippy. Now he kind of reminds me of the dude who reviews the fast food stuff.
Well, he was a
Reviews.
sales guy. That's why he gets that. That's why he does that stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know, but I was a sales guy, and I didn't act like an idiot. But in any case, that's
But he's selling ecumenism.
let's get you into the ecumenical church, guys. Stop the Jews. Anyway,
The World
So
Council of
stupid.
Churches.
Is Jewish. Oh boy, it's just terrible. It's terrible.
Somewhere out there, Reconquista's rubbing his hands together with great joy.
he's doing the happy Reconquista's doing the happy merchant.
Happy birthday.
Bartholomew.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, we've covered some Luke lore. We've
Cover the
again, it's
Jews,
cafe time.
Luke.
Cover the Jews. We always cover the Jews. People are like,
Luke-
are
Luke
they some
loves the
sort
Jews.
of
No, I'm
agents for the Jews? They talk about
I'm
the Jews.
trying to determine if Luke looked like a Jew. Apparently,
I think he
He's a
kind of looked like
Saxon,
what was the
guys.
name of that? What was the name of that? The comedy guy who there was a. He's on a TV show about some soccer team, and he's like an American coach. What this guy? What's his name? Is it? I want. It's not Jason Sudeikis. That's not him. I kind of.
I don't know. I'm not a TV
It was
guy.
some dorky comedy actor, but okay, I wasn't calling Luke a dorky comedy actor. I was saying that the.
Are you talking about that one that's on Apple TV?
Yeah, I think so.
What's his name?
Not Adam Sandler. He's
Ted
he doesn't look
something.
Like Adam.
That's what I was thinking of. I
Yeah,
don't really watch
Ted
TV.
something. Ted soccer coach. I'm going to use AI for what it's meant to be used.
Just say
Ted
Apple
soccer
TV.
coach, Apple TV.
I'm gonna debate Luke
Ted
and tell him the
Lasso.
true church is
Ted
Black
Lasso.
Hebrew.
There you go.
Yeah, Ted Lasso. He kind of reminds me of Ted Lasso.
I agree
Hold
with
on.
Father Feeney that having a TV in your living room is like having a Jew ranting at you. So
Okay, that's strange.
Well,
Um,
okay.
Yeah, he kind of reminds. I
Taisio
think
said the same thing.
He's like a cringe Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's probably the best way of putting it. So that's not that bad.
Ted Lasso with a 1,000-yard stare.
Hold on,
A
I'll
droopy
just see
left
if I
eye.
Okay, who's doing the song?
That's Jacob.
What?
Too much caffeine.
Yeah, I'm channeling my secret Jewish ancestry. Apparently, that I'm
I
constantly
have some.
accused of.
It shocks me. I mean, I bring it up occasionally, but just especially when people get really, really like Jew heavy on me, I'm like, I got a little Jewish ancestry in myself.
Well, they just think I'm Jewish because I'm Italian and I look vaguely like St. James does in this.
I beat you all.
Yeah, I know. You got it.
Yeah, you're a full blown Jew. You just, man. I don't know.
Actually, I'm only half.
What is
My
it, the
dad.
mother's
Well,
half?
They called me
Yeah,
Jew boy.
that's my mom's half. Yeah.
So yeah.
So technically,
I'm 0% Jewish.
I got a little.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised Rick and Keith is not still here.
Technically, I'm a little bona fide over here.
Yeah.
My fiance is
also heard-
5.6%.
I'm like
let me see here.
60.
Little Fish Big Mountains. I've also heard having a TV in your room is like having an inversion of an icon corner. Yeah. I've heard that comparison.
Yeah, Satan's iconography. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, really, I think that it depends on what you're watching. I mean, if you're watching just like Nature Channel, like you're not like that's not.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty weird stuff on Discovery Channel. I'm just saying.
No, Discovery Channel's just were degenerate.
There was a song about it back in the.
I was talking about like the Nature Channel, like Marty Stauffer's Nature and stuff. But yeah. All right, so we are now in the 46th minute of the second hour, and we're going. No, we're right. Well, 40. Yeah, we're going. No, we're in the.
We're $19 away from.
We're in the 15th minute of the 16th minute of the third hour. And so we are, it's the Nature Channel stuff pushes millions of years in evolution hard. That's true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
pictures.
Don't look at the pictures. Some of that stuff's disturbing.
No, nature, like the trees and that's pretty cool to zone out too. I mean,
yeah, there's.
It's called.
Of course, it could also be accomplished by. It depends. I mean, that could be accomplished by hiking if you have time during the day. But if you're at night, you just want some white noise and stuff. Yeah, you can just put on some like rain. So yeah, this is good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was recommended this by another True Orthodox priest, but like Father Seraphim Rose did what's it called, Forming Young Souls. He wrote essays on this, on like TV and books and music, all that sort of stuff. Like
it's part of his Orthodox survival course, I think.
Yeah, what's appropriate? What's appropriate for Orthodox and what's worldly.
Oh, you talking about the video they have out there, the Orthodox worldview?
No, I'm just talking about. I read the actual stuff he wrote.
Yeah,
it was clipped on a website, but it's on a lot of websites.
They have an audio of him doing a lecture about that.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah. The ominous thing is he died. He started a movie review thing in his paper, and then he died like a few months after that. So I don't know, but
I know he was not a big fan of E.T.
Yeah, he hated E.T. He thought it was degenerate and weird. So, hey, if E.T. is harmful, think about what other movies would be harmful. That's what I say. You know? Yeah, forming young souls. Like the
What if
comments
it
say,
was
that's
E.T., but instead of E.T., it was named E.P., and it was about him trying to get back to the
ecumenical
church?
patriarchy.
EP phone home.
EP phone pope.
Yeah, Orthodox priest says
Bruh.
understanding of mannerisms. Lindorfer says there's a chapter in his biography called "Forming Young Souls." Yep. Let me think here. All right,
Yeah.
so
I took that to a very strict Orthodox priest, and he said, or true Orthodox priest, and he said, yeah, it's pretty much good.
And apparently we're doing voices tonight.
Yeah.
Let me know when we get to like Gollum and Lord of the Rings.
this whole
Bruh.
the alien thing
Emperor
is opening young.
Palpatine.
Palpatine.
This whole
I
alien
am
thing
the
is
church.
opening young people to demons without needing to acknowledge a spiritual element from Little Fish Big Mountain. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely
That's probably why he
like
hated E.T.
Yeah, exactly.
Freakish thing, he's called it.
Let's see here. All right, so we're in the final 10 minutes of the show. In order to go to 11. Oh, wow. Okay. Welcome, Bishop Lazar.
It's cool to zone out, too. I mean,
Yeah. Hello?
And last
can also be accomplished by. It depends. I mean, that could be accomplished by. Hold on.
Got a video running in the background.
Ladika, you have the video running in the background.
But on like rain.
All right, let me stop it.
So yeah, this is
No, that's definitely us.
good stuff. Let's see.
yeah, I was recommended this by. Oh my god, I talk so loud.
Oh, do we sound that bad?
I hate hearing my voice back. That's crazy. Forming young souls.
Ladika, if you can hear this,
As Orthodox Map or something.
Yeah, what's appropriate? Yeah, why do I sound so young?
Close the tab. Close the tab.
It's like torturing me. This is what hell is like for me. It's like hearing my
listening
voice.
to your own voice.
No, I'm just talking about. I read the actual stuff you wrote.
I don't know. Maybe that's an interesting
I have an
question.
audio of him doing a lecture about that.
Ladika,
Yes.
the sound of our videos is coming through your microphone.
He'll catch up
Oh, I
a
see.
few months after that.
But you didn't have to. Well, okay, that solves the problem. Leonidas had a question for Ladika Lazar and says, Master Bless, do you commemorate King Charles during the liturgy at the monastery? Ladika, if you close the YouTube tab, but keep the StreamYard tab open, you'll be able to hear us.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm just glad I
Orthodox
didn't hear
priest
my
list says,
voice.
what, Father Joseph Sweden? I have no idea what you're talking about. What did I say that was wrong? I'm confused. He seems horrified. Okay,
Who?
let's Ladika Lazar.
Yes.
Oh no, you didn't say
Okay.
anything wrong. We're just trying to help you. So
Oh.
if you
okay.
if you close out the YouTube tab after
It
you
is-
click the link. Okay.
Right, just stay in the StreamYard, but close out.
Stay in the
YouTube
streaming.
tab.
Yeah.
I think he did it because it's quiet. Master Bless.
May the Lord bless. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you see me?
No,
No.
Oh.
that we can't see you at all. You're
I
on
can't
a
see.
blank screen.
Can you guide me, please?
Do you have? Can you turn on? Do you see anything in your StreamYard that indicates your camera is off?
Just a moment. Do I have to log in or something?
No, if you're in StreamYard, you're already on the platform.
So if it says
look in the stream and look at. Do you see any of your icons on underneath the people in red, like the camera icon? Or okay, he dropped off. Oh, he literally left. Please come back, Ladika. We were hoping you'd answer.
I think he hit the leave studio button.
Yeah, I said in red, and I didn't realize that was now in pink. That's a new thing. Please come back, Ladika.
Where's he from?
He's
Canada.
in Canada.
Oh, cool.
Over near Niagara Falls.
All right. Well, guys, I would hate to think the last 10 minutes will not make it, but, if you can reach $19, if anyone can put together $19, we will stay till 11:30, and then that problem's solved. Okay. Well, let's see. And hopefully Ladika Lazar comes back. Father Boniface is apparently turned into a walking stick.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I got my
okay.
my camera's reversed. I'm trying to bring it back. I don't know what to do.
Okay, sorry about that.
What sorcery is this?
I'll try to get that answer for you, Leonidas, with the member chat. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is on that one because wait, he's back. Well, hold on. Okay, Master Bless.
May the Lord bless.
Okay, we still can't see you, but we can hear you fine. Leonidas came in with a member chat and asked, Master Bless, do you commemorate King Charles during the liturgy at the monastery?
Well,
What?
we did, but I decided to remove him to after liturgy is over. If it's his birthday or something, we'll remember him. But we had a discussion about whether he should be mentioned or not. We do pray for our civil authorities, but we're not going to mention him by name.
Okay. And Leonidas sent in a $20 Canadian dollar chat. Thank you so much. And welcome.
About 20 US dollars now.
Where did Father Boniface go?
Hey, wait a second. We have somebody from
Came
Canada.
one with the cane.
So this is great, but that actually puts us over. We are now at 201, and we have reached the goal. And so we know what has to happen now.
But did we in 20 US?
That's what I'm thinking. In Canadian dollars, I mean,
I can't. This is something that was debated. We debated this earlier in the year, and yes, I count Canadian dollars as dollars because they're all declining. So,
What about rupees?
If I receive rupees, I will. I don't know how. I don't know.
Moscow Patriarchate.
I have not received any rupees. So now we have hit the $201 goal. So you know what has to happen now, and
Winning.
Awesome. Okay, so we did it. We're gonna be here till 11:30. Father Boniface, I don't know where you went. I hope you're okay. I know he was fighting a camera. Okay, done now. Oh no, now we lost Felipe Lazar. Oh no, he's back. He's kind of disappearing.
Excuse me.
Okay, but now let me see here. Now we lost someone else because I'm confused. Yeah, we still lost. Hold on, at the stage. There we go. Okay, back. We're all here. All of us here. And now, well, we've reached our goal. Glory to God. We can continue till 11:30. And so, yep, that was very true.
I feel like the Brady Bunch up here right now.
Yeah, because there's six of us. We need
look up at the other icon.
The
walking stick was my new icon, but I'm back to me now.
All right, awesome. We have Felipe Lazar on now to answer questions. I hope that answered Leonidas' question about the commemoration of the king.
I thought that was your abbatial staff.
Yeah, we thought that. I didn't know what that was, but then it turned out to be like, the camera. But
that's a shillelagh. That's a shillelagh Saba gave me.
Oh, okay. What? A what?
Shillelagh. It's an Irish cane.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
So the abbot can beat his monks.
Oh, Andy.
When's Salva gonna call in?
He's busy.
I don't know if he's
busy
gonna
writing
call in.
books.
I've had today was a weird day. I had a number of calls. I told you I talked to Father John Copeland at the beginning of the show. I did talk to Father Boniface about some stuff we're probably going to be talking about later on in the week.
Why is that?
Welcome. Well, we can see you now, Lydica Lazar.
Oh, very good.
Why is
I
that
got
name
an angry
from there?
parent call. That was interesting. Somebody that I've been counseling, I guess, I got a call from his parents. And they were not happy with me, but we cleared it up, and thank God it all worked out. And I mean, it's hard being a parent. That's all. What is this? Now that we've hit the or the goal, we can just put stuff up freely. So some things don't make sense. Frog physiognomy, fringe religion.
He's talking about Luke, or
I have no idea, but I mean, or he could be talking about us. I don't know.
He might be summarizing the stream.
Oh, he could be talking. That could just be me. I mean,
does Vladika have anything to share?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Welcome, Vladika. Did you have any questions or anything?
Yes, I saw the comment about the vestments.
Yeah,
So-
I wasn't sure. I thought they were Eastern.
Yeah, because it's so dark in the beginning, the vestments are absolutely Western style, and but I use very ornate fabrics, so it gives the impression. So today's was the Sarum liturgy. I do about 4 or 5 different types of liturgies here, So today was the Sarum liturgy, therefore Western Rite vestments, etc. Gregorian type of chant, and
it was beautifully chanted, Woody. That was really good.
Well, glory to God. The Sarum doesn't have that much chant, and I explained to my parishioners or spiritual sons that I'm the altar boys, I'm the choir, I'm the bishop, I'm the priest, all rolled into one ball. So so it makes it tough. And some of the prayers I do before the liturgy starts, so that's why I try to keep it moving along. And those that I can, like the Apologia at the beginning, they're very long. So most of the people that come here, I have it very early at 8 a.m. because some of my parishioners are truckers, and they're either very tired or they have to leave after liturgy like early. So I have it very early. Yes, I do the Glagolithic liturgy on the second Sunday. That's from the Balkans. Okay, Saint Clement. He did not write the liturgy, but he was instrumental in spreading it right after Saint Cyril Methodius. Then I do the Gallican, which Saint John Maximovich loved and served in France.
I didn't know you did the Gallican there.
Yeah, the Gallican is actually one of my favorites. It's really beautiful chanting. I translated everything from French. I used the French chant that they were using into, of course, English. And the Sarum, of course, is basic Gregorian chant and whatnot. And what else? The Chrysostom liturgy is again a Jumbarak or Balkan sort of melodies, because that's where my family is from. And I do the liturgy of St. James whenever there's a fifth Sunday of the month. So in fact, November next month has 5 Sundays. At the last Sunday, I will do the liturgy of St. James. I sing in Byzantine and Aramaic chant.
Okay.
In English. Okay.
Can you give an example of that? I'd love to hear that.
Aramaic?
Yeah.
Al-Masihu Hamami Bani Lamwata Wawahabahai Lamwata Wawahabayata Lilathina Fi Kubur. That's Christ is risen.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's 10 out of 10, Father.
Leonidas has a question with a member chat. Despota, what is the policy for staying at the monastery as a guest?
Unfortunately, the Lord has placed me in a very small place. I don't have a guest house. Okay. Right behind me is a motel. But I did have a guest last week. He slept on the living room floor. I have a mattress. Okay. Yeah, so we're just it's in a very small place. Policy. Well, you have to let us know when you're coming. Okay. And I don't know what else to say.
It's BYOB. Bring your own bed.
He also asks how many monks are at the monastery.
It's just myself and the other member. Actually, last year had a stroke, and this year had a stroke and a severe heart attack. He's pretty much completely gone.
Was that the what's his name, Benedict?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he's pretty much out of the picture, and he's still in town, but he's in a senior's home, so he has very little functionality. And so he was the brains behind all of this, and he has done decades and decades of his own research in the Western Rite. And believe me, everything I do is with absolute precision. For example, I left Jordanville. He was also at Jordanville, and we both went to different towns in South Korea to teach English, to earn money to start this. And so during that time, he lived in the capital. I lived in a smaller town. He would come down to my town, because I had a large place there, and he would have this Latin book in his hand, and he'd be in his head translating it into English, and I'd be typing on the computer, And he was, it's a real shame. It's a real shame this has happened. But a walking encyclopedia, a walking liturgical encyclopedia, equivalent to Bishop Enoch, who just knows so much and can, quote things off the top of his head. It's just an immense amount of knowledge. So it's really sad that has happened. But Anyway,
we'll keep him in our prayers.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, for whatever reason, the Lord has allowed this to happen, and so we have to accept, what God, sends our way. But everything that we are doing is because of His work. Obviously, I'm the one with the chant and the music experience. So I keep that up, and so yeah. Anyway, glory to God. Yeah.
Somebody had written, Great Babe says, if I donate $10, will you sing me happy birthday? Well, we don't usually sing happy birthday in church if we're wishing someone many years. You don't have to send $10 because if it's your birthday, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll sing the many years. So hold on, just let me shut this off so it's not a performance. Yeah, and then God grant you many years, God grant you many years, God grant you many years.
Save him, oh Christ God.
All right, and so let's turn that back on. Okay, and Little Fish Big Mountain says, that just made me think the chanting in the first century church, like St. James' beautiful liturgies, must have been so beautiful. Vladika, any recommendations for starting to teach English? I'm looking for a new line of work and have a knack for teaching and language.
Oh, depending on where you want to go, we decided to go to Korea. Many private English language schools there. It's hard to get into the universities, so they are eager for. I don't know if things have changed. I left about 12 years ago, so overseas is. I wanted to go to Europe, but most Eastern Europeans are speaking English now, and so the 80s would have been the time to go. 80s or 90s. Well, not with the war. But
there's a lot of opportunity in Asia, I believe.
Yeah. So Japan, of course. Japan is a popular. China too. But
welcome, Bishop Enoch.
Bishop Enoch, greeting.
Christ
two bishops. Wow.
Okay.
Is this an ecumenical council?
Yes. Yes.
Let me see. Little Fish Big Mountain asked, you just need a security certification or a needed degree? Thank you for that, Great Babe. He did send $10, but I was just wishing you many years. But that puts us well over the top. We are now at 211.
Thank you, guys.
We got there, and we got to play the jingle again. So let's go, because every donation's a win now.
Winning.
And there we go. So let's.
So did you have to get a TESOL degree? Is that in vogue today?
A TESOL? Yeah,
Vladika,
is a second.
Teacher for English, speakers of other languages.
As a second language, yeah.
Benedict had one. I did not get mine, and you do need that to get into a teaching university. But I taught in private language schools. It's not necessary to teach in private language schools. Okay. If you have that, your salary would be higher, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
Well, unless things have changed, I don't know. It's been a decade since I've been there. Unless things have changed, you need a university degree. You have to have that in any discipline. It doesn't have to be English. You need
and Black Ortho Acolyte helping build up keeping the lights on with $4.99 says Vladika, beautiful chanting. Your blessing, please.
Yeah, may the Lord bless.
I'd like to ask a question real quick.
Sure.
So, Vladika Lazar, how did you get to studying Glagolitic, the actual alphabet? Because generally, when people learn Church Slavonic, they study Cyrillic.
Yes.
Right. So, how did you get interested in Glagolitic? How did that come about?
Well, my family is actually Carpatho-Russian, but on my both sides. But my father's family came down to Croatia in the 1700s. And so we are from there, and they are a huge family. They kept their surname. Everyone asks me, am I Ukrainian? Because of the KO ending. But how can I say? Well, I just saw the alphabet and I thought, oh, that looks fun. So I just learned it. And Yeah, I do read it. And I do have a few books in the Glagolithic. I mean, it's very my. I mean, I can't read like philosophy or something in it. Like church text, yes. How did I get interested? Well, it's partly my heritage.
Yes.
And so besides which, during the Ottoman invasions, the Turks arrived in the villages and they said, you have three choices: one, become Muslim; two, stay and we kill you; or three, get out of here. Okay, so a lot of the Orthodox at the times were forced to the islands, like on the Adriatic coast, and that's where the Glagolithic chant survives. Now, of course, it survives in Catholic situations, but in those stone churches, they still sing with Glagolithic melodies, and Glagolithic is like written on the walls of those those old churches. In the huge Roman Catholic Cathedral, it's part of the Croatian identity. It's their Slavonic, And so, for example, in the modern Roman Catholic Cathedral of Zagreb, there's an enormous Glagolithic inscription. And when I was there, my cousin said, "Look! See that? That's our Glagolica." And I said, "That's our alphabet. That's our alphabet." And so I believe it's there's the Our Father, and there's another prayer there on the. So it's there is a revival in summers. Children will go to summer camps in those regions and learn the alphabet. It's a bit of a revival.
Well, the only reason I mention is I was just reading an article on academia.eu, and it was about there are surviving Bulgarian, like Eastern Bulgarian Orthodox texts from the late 10th century in Glagolitic.
Okay, yeah.
So I didn't know how. I mean, obviously Cyrillic eventually, by the late medieval period, replaced most of it and such.
Yes,
but,
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So actually, if you see an icon of Saint Cyril Methodius and the scroll is written in Slavonic, that's like Russian. That's actually wrong. The script. The scroll that Saint Cyril is holding actually should be in the Glagolithic alphabet, because they're the ones that created that alphabet, Saint Cyril and Methodius. The Cyrillic alphabet was created by Saint Clement.
Yes.
But he named the alphabet after his teacher, Saint Cyril. So a lot of people don't know that. And actually, the Slavonic as we know it today is easier to read. The Glagolithic is difficult,
because if you have some knowledge of like reading Greek, you can.
Yes.
It's easy to learn the Cyrillic alphabet.
Correct.
But it's just trying to look at Glagolitic. It's very difficult to determine what's actually is being composed there.
Yes, when I first saw it as a teenager, I thought it looked like Egyptian, Egyptian stuff from the tomb or something. It looked really odd. Yeah, it's a lot of which is why it was eventually replaced.
Well, do we know why Saint Cyril Methodius, why they chose to compose the alphabet, the Glagolic alphabet as it was for the Slavs, and what was their original thinking, from what we understand? I mean, why didn't they just do the Cyrillic, something like Cyrillic, I guess, instead of Glagolitic?
I think because it was a way of telling the people that this is going to be yours. We're not going to be like the Greeks. We're not going to be like the Greeks. This is going to be your stuff. And so they want to make it. They want to nationalize it. So
would you say it's more artistic inclined than the others?
Sorry, more what?
Artistic.
I think they have to. The person on the screen has to go. If you could give a blessing, they'd appreciate it.
May the Lord bless. Sorry. Okay.
No worries. Sorry, Father.
All right. The Cyrillic is more vertical, whereas the Glagolitic is more circular. The Glagolitic kind of resembles the Georgian alphabet. There's a lot of circles and a lot of curves. Okay. So, and whereas the Cyrillic is more straight up and down, it's hard to say. It's hard to kind of say which is better. I think for myself, I can read Cyrillic like nothing. It's not a problem. The Glagolitic, I do struggle with it. Okay, because I have to some letter that resembles the Cyrillic is actually a different pronunciation. So I stumble a lot, when I read it. But to answer Bishop Enoch's question, yes, they wanted to make something very national to give them a sense of pride. And, it was a kind of a...
was it a uniting factor because everybody was more tribalistic at that point?
Yeah, something like that, to give them something special to be proud of. And, it was a tool. It was a tool, I think, to bring them in.
Yeah.
Well, have a good night. I was just dropping by to say hello to
thank you,
Lazar and Father Boniface and Mother Joseph.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good night.
Thank you, Father Abduladico. I have to write you some stuff. Got a message. I'll get to it probably later on. Okay.
Oh, Leonidas, you're in Quebec.
I don't know if he's in Quebec. I think he might not. I don't know if he's in Quebec, but if he is in Quebec, he I know he's Canadian. I just don't know where.
I see. Okay.
I'm very, very, very Canada ignorant.
That's all East Coast.
Yeah. Right.
All right. And so let's see here. So yeah, we're here. We've got 15 more minutes to go. We did reach our goal. Glory to God. So this is great. Let's continue on. So a reminder that not only do we have the debate with Luke on Saturday concerning the veiling of women, but we also have the debate the week after, which we have been planning for the past 5 to 6 months. And I'm just going to put that on the screen as I usually do.
Elijah Yossi, right?
That's right. It's the debate with Elijah Yossi on the papacy. On the Gospel Truth channel. So that is going to be on November 7th. November 7th. And so that's 7 days after this new debate that is open in general. Give me 1 second. Let me
At least debating season, Father.
Yeah, it is. Suddenly everyone wants to debate me. The whole year they didn't.
Maybe
Great Babe says on resistance.
Was there a question on autism before?
On what?
On autism. Someone was.
I think that was just a general conversation of the panel. I think they're just a lot of people were talking about autism.
Well, they have different levels of autism apparently.
Oh, yes, yes, there are.
On Resistance to Evil by Force, Ilian, would you recommend I read it? My opinion is I've only gone through about 4 chapters. It's a really deep read. That said, it does look like an Orthodox read. It's not as what I've read was good, but I can't fully recommend. On Resistance to Evil by Force by Yvonne Ilian.
Okay.
Hey, I'd like to interject one thing is that I have a person who has some real needs. We have a woman who lost her husband this past week, and so she's. I can't get into all the details at the moment but I would just like to ask for prayer for her. She's got 5 kids, and and so there's a lot of struggles involved, and just pray. I appreciate everyone to pray for her and the blessing and helps that she.
What's the name?
It's hold on.
Maybe you can't say it.
Well, the first name, just the first name.
Yeah.
Haley.
Okay.
Haley.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's true Orthodox. She's true Orthodox. And
well, she probably has a different baptized name then. Unless
maybe. So anyway, so yeah, it's a lot of struggles, a lot of challenges, and just pray for graces, and I'll be doing some things tomorrow, and Lord willing, some things will work out. So to be a big help. So anyway, and then I appreciate prayers just about my purchase of this house up there in Defuniak Springs. That there's a lot of hurdles to jump over with all the regulations, and then buying a house that needs work. And I figured, I can do a lot on my own, but and these days you gotta get permits and other people to come in, and that gets pricey. And so and then to get insurance and to acquire a mortgage is a hurdle here. So I appreciate your prayers for that, because actually the house has great potential. It's really the best thing for me up in that area. So I appreciate prayer.
We definitely, Father Boniface, you're in our prayers. Leonidas came with a question. You've mentioned that the Celtic Rite is almost completely reconstructed liturgy. Is it based on the Sarum? Let me clarify a bit here. Technically, it's not the Celtic Rite that's reconstructed so much. The one that's reconstructed is the Gallican, and it's based on the writings of I forget the name, somebody of Auxerre, that had done the full description of the liturgy, and then those texts were taken out of surviving Gallican texts as well as Mozarabic texts, because structurally the Mozarabic is very similar to the Gallican in structure. But the Celtic Rite, that actually has the full mass, for lack of a better word, it's the full mass service. But the weekly propers, only about 13 or 14 of them survive. So many of them are just, they pull them in from other Roman rites when they do reconstructions. Let me see here. Yeah, but you're in our prayers, Father Boniface, and
yeah, thank you.
You know,
yeah,
and so is Haley. I mean,
Haley,
yeah,
yeah,
a church name. We'll just go with that.
Doesn't Vladika have a podcast?
Huh?
Doesn't Vladika Lazar have a podcast now?
Yeah, you want to talk about your channel, because you're not just doing services, which we brought up earlier, but you're also doing a series on the saints.
For the longest time, my spiritual children have encouraged me, and I do have a secular job, so I have limited time. So, but I finally I'm doing something on the saints, just because I like the lives of the saints. I think people should be edified by them. And I do have in the chapel, I do have 2 boxed icons. I have a whole like I say, the most important, if I can say that, Western saint of the day, and the most important or popular Eastern saint of the day. So I rotate those icons every day of the year. So some of the antiphons or troparia are very beautiful, and I just want to bring them to light. And so I actually, it was the recently baptized young man who said, you should really do something, and you need a larger voice, and then add a reflection or a lesson from that. So I try to do that, and yeah, it's just a small video series. I'm only in number 8 or 9, but I'm trying to do that because whoever I can reach. Canada, by the way, is extremely difficult territory to evangelize in.
Oh, yeah.
Canada is so secular, and they God-hating, Now there are, yes, so I say in one of my most recent videos, I say I just go to a supermarket and you have mixed reactions. Very rarely someone will come up and say, "Oh, I think you're Greek Orthodox." Of course, I say yes. I'm not ethnically Greek, but yes, I'm Orthodox. Most people will see me and turn away, like right away. They don't want any reminders of, in Quebec, for example, all crucifixes were ordered to be removed from public buildings.
Oh, and if you do the sign of the cross, do the sign of the cross, you get stink eye that looks at you.
Yeah, and so so it's really challenging here. And obviously there's churches with crosses and whatnot, but there's the general atmosphere is that of hostility.
Yeah.
Hostility,
I remember I was at a poutineery up there this past summer.
Okay.
And I was blessing my food, and my wife was like, "Somebody's really giving you the eye." I was like, "Oh well."
Yeah, well, I don't care. When I meet friends in the GOC care parishes that are in Toronto, I know Father David Belden and a few others there. I go up and we like to go to the Mandarin, which is a big Chinese buffet, and we all stand up and I do the prayer. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't care either. I was just surprised how hostile.
Oh yes.
In case it wasn't seen. Little Wing with a member chat says yes through my prayers, Father Boniface, and Haley now too.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah.
If I could offer a prayer request also. I mean, I think it's pretty clear from the streams just how much I'm struggling with trying to find the church and the true faith and so forth. So, my name is Jacob. That's my real name. So if anyone wants to pray for me, thank you.
We will.
Sure will.
Add you to our prayer list. It's hard coming, especially when you come out of a weird cult situation like that. You need prayers for recovery.
I was going to ask you about that, Father. Since we're only like five trailers in a trailer park, I was wondering if we wanted to start doing prayer requests at the end of the live stream.
I mean, we can.
Yeah.
Can I throw mine in too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Building community. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, my name's Daphnis. I guess the main thing I want to ask for is I struggle a lot with like mental illness and stuff. But also I'm getting a lot of dental work soon, and it's very nerve wracking for me, and my mouth is just like in horrible pain, and I get very nervous for my appointments. So.
Well, I remember that you're young and the pain is temporary. I'm at the point dentally where I do have to go to the dentist, but I've already been told by my first dentist that my teeth are so weak, it's basically plaque holding them up. So when they do a cleaning, it will actually probably take out all my teeth. So God willing, or God forbid, God willing, there's something else that can be done. So while you're still, you're still a little young, don't worry about the pain so much, because it's going to go away and your teeth are going to be great.
Take care of your teeth.
It's a gigantic bill. It's like $10,000.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, all right. Well, we can do when we need the money. When it's finished, we need to get money. We'll talk about that. We'll do a give, send, go or something.
No, don't worry about that. It's my mom's paying for it, but
you're still gonna owe your mom.
That's true. Wait,
I don't. Do you have dental care in the United States?
Barely.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
I mean, if your insurance, we have basic dental care. I just didn't take care of it.
Even if you do have dental insurance here, it's not the greatest.
Well, my mother said that it was my fault because I didn't want to go to the dentist as a child.
That's unfair. If your teeth were brushed every day, you wouldn't have to anyway. So
what you're trying to say is your mom's giving you a bailout?
Well, she says it's my fault for that, and also my fault that I didn't want to brush my teeth. So everything was my fault.
Nakamoja says prayers for Jacob, future True Orthodox hype man.
Change my name to Italian Ortho Acolyte, I guess.
No, you need to change it to True Orthodox hype man.
Or you could just, I think if you just stay Jacob, son of Christendom,
that's what I really am.
He'll fit right in the team anyway. So
yeah,
T.O. hype man.
Yeah, more important than the teeth, though. Pray for my mental health, though, because that's a very big thing for me. I've apostatized like a million times just because I have a very difficult mental
The story
issues.
of repentance is falling and getting up, and falling and getting up. You will.
Well, you know what I've seen help so much with mental illness is if you have a great confessor and you ask them to do a lifetime confession and confess as much as you're able to remember, and that helps unburden you quite a bit. I've seen it happen. So,
I have not to be TMI, but I have borderline personality disorder.
Okay.
There's a lot of people with BPD that honestly you will learn to manage it. It's just going through it and dealing with the various scenarios in the kind of.
Well, just remember the holy mysteries we don't take them in vain. They do transform us.
They do heal. So
yes,
you like now versus you in a year are going to be very different people.
Yeah.
Jacob, are you Italian?
Yeah, I'm from Northeast Pennsylvania, so I'm Italian American. Yeah, also Irish and English, but.
Okay, well, Italy was Orthodox for 1,000 years.
Yeah, we were well, I know where we're from, in Naples, and they were Byzantine. So
yes.
yeah.
He's also part squirrel.
Were you a Langobard?
I don't think so. I think my family were full Napolitano. That's what they spoke when my great grandfather came to this country.
So no beard.
They didn't even speak Italian. They spoke Napolitano, which is like another language that's related to Italian.
It's a provincial language, yeah.
Yeah, it's in Naples. Excuse me.
Let me see here.
Yeah, different.
I started going to a Western Rite parish in the Row Corps, and I fell in love with the Western Rite, and I really like the Western Rite.
Well, wait till you see it. Wait till you see the one from the link I sent you.
I am planning on watching it because I didn't go to mass today, so I was planning on watching that mass later that Vatican put out. So
Well, so in roll corps, may I ask a question? Do they wear like the white surplices like the Catholics do, or
the deacon does? Yes,
he does. Okay, yeah. So
but they don't do the statues. They don't do
well, that's not necessarily
organ
true.
music or anything like that.
That's not necessarily true.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Brother Benedict and I decided a long time ago to look, try not to look Catholic at all. You know, so
there's no need.
Yeah, the vestments that we recreated, you know, are from again his research, and it's you know, we don't want to look Tridentine or anything like that. To give that, like the Antiochians, we don't want to look like that. Okay, so
the Anglicans.
Leonidas asks, was Leif Erikson the first Orthodox Christian in Canada? Depending on whether his travels made it to Canada, that would probably be yes. Unless we talk about Brendan the Navigator, who is also, there is some evidence that he also made it to North America. Well, not Canada, but he made it to North America. So he made it to like that some of
that's Saint Brendan,
Virginia
right?
area. Huh?
Yeah, he's a saint, isn't he? Irish.
Yeah, Saint Brendan the Navigator.
Yeah, Brendan the Navigator.
Yeah.
Not all about him. I still love him.
Yeah, there's
I have a question for Vladika.
Yes, Father.
Okay, so how incorporating, let's say, the Anglican liturgical dress style, what are your thoughts in that direction for the Western Rite?
What do you mean dress style? Like
what do you mean by that?
Like, I guess whether it be headwear or cassock style, you know, sometimes I wonder about headwear. What could be make the Western Rite distinctive from Rome? That is.
Yes. Okay. Benedict and I had this discussion way back when we were living in Korea, and we thought, what are the options? And so he went to a tailor, and he had the scapular made with the hood and the belt and all that stuff. And I said, I don't know about that, because at the time, that's when all those abuse scandals were coming out in the Roman Church. And so I said, you know what? I mean, he's not a monastic. He would have been a novice, but I am a monastic. And I said, I don't think I would be comfortable wearing that in public with all the bad publicity the RC Church was getting at the time.
Right.
So I decided just to go full Eastern, you know, and so like this style, like, yeah. So, and he said, well, we can wear it in the house. I said, yes, we could do that, you know. So, and I was wearing the scapular for a while, but I just stopped, you know. And so, as streetwear, yeah, definitely Eastern style. I would say with the riaza, the longer, you know, the bell sleeves and whatnot. And and yeah, just because of that reason. So
how about the covering of the hand with the riaza? Do you cover the hand or do you put it to the wrist?
It goes down to the wrist.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for practical reasons, you know. So I used in Jordanville, I had various riazas. I had ones that went over the wrist. Now when I was out, they were still inconvenient. You know, in church it's fine, you know. But actually, as a choir conductor, I was always pulling them back. So I just prefer shorter ones.
That reminds me of the exorason that the Greeks have, where it feels like it goes way past your wrist.
Yeah. So yeah,
well, what was the reasons for that? The cold climate or something?
In Russia, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if everyone wants to stay and chat afterwards, I'm really good for it. I'm gonna shut down the stream though because it is 11:30. So I'm just gonna read the notes. Everyone wants to stick around to talk afterwards is welcome to the stream. The box stays open.
Okay. Thank you.
Hold on. So thank you, Vladika, for being here. Thank you to everyone, to our guests, to Jacob. Thank you to Reader John and Father Boniface for always being here. Thank you for Vladika Lazar being here. Thank you to Plotnus Upfo, who's here. Vladika Enoch came on. If anyone else came on that I missed, our listeners, to those who asked questions and had comments, and to those who support our mission. Support the channel. We at NFTU need your help. Support us by subscribing or donating on NFTU.net in various forms or on Give, Send, Go. We remember all of you in our prayers, and thank you for all the support for NFTU. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good night, everyone. And through the prayers of Holy Father, through Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us and save us.
Amen.
All right.